Hey, what's up, y'all? Damo here. For the listeners and viewers of Permission to Speak Freely, I think y'all gonna thoroughly enjoy this episode with retired AOCM, Tyese Pressley. We get into everything he got going on. I ain't even gonna get into none of that right now. What I want to tell you after saying that, of course, you know, we love and appreciate y'all. I do want to give y'all a quick note about the episode. I'm here right now editing the episode in the office, and unfortunately, we lose Aaron about 34 minutes into the episode. We didn't know we lost him, so he was still a part of the recording process through the whole episode. So he was a part of the conversation. It's over 2 hours of a conversation. We lost Aaron about 35 minutes in and tried to salvage the conversation. I think we did a pretty good job. I think you're going to enjoy the conversation. But I do want you to get that quick note that we did lose Aaron. And he dedicated this episode to a friend of his who passed away. So I want to keep that honor. All right, y'all. Enjoy the episode.
I don't hear myself through my headphones. Yes, man. Like, I feel real good about this.
Pay attention, because you are now listening to Permission to Speak Freely.
I always have problems with like cold starting intros because I said we don't want to do intros no more. We do want to do intros.
I'm with you, man. Like sometimes I do them, but I don't really want to do them. I just want to talk.
Yeah. All right, we just gonna talk then. Hey, for the listeners, we joined by AOCM retired Ty Pressley, right? So Tyese Pressley, you did 30, right?
30 years, yeah.
Woo! Yeah, he did 30. Yeah, he did 30 right there.
30 strong.
Arm, yeah.
30
Let's
strong.
go.
30 strong.
Hey, so I was just on the phone, right? And I want to share this with y'all. I got an opinion, but I'm interested in y'all's opinion on this. So I was just on the phone with a seller. I'm not gonna get real specific on what happened, but I will say it was a podcast listener. And it's going through a situation at the command. So before I say anything about the situation, I'm going to say this. And it's just coming from me. Young MA, stationed at an installation. Your SECO is not your CO. Your SCA is not your CMC, right? Now, basically, I'm going to ask a question and I'm going to give y'all my opinion. So my question is, how many people do you need to fail you before you speak with your triad, right? So this is my opinion. My opinion is it's not like a gauntlet of failure that you need to go through before you speak with your chain of command, which I mean is your triad. Like if you were third class, you don't need to go to a second class and get failed by the second class, then get failed by your first class, then get failed by your chief, then get failed by your divo, then get failed by your department head, then get failed by the semio to be like, oh shit, I need to go talk to the CMC. Like at some point, it's a limit, right? And in this specific incident, the seller was having an issue with the SCA or SEL, so the most senior person in the department already. That's kind of where it started. But I want y'all's opinion, like, because I know it's a chain of command thing and all that. So what's y'all's thoughts on it?
Hey, my thought is pretty simple, man. Like, you find out real quick who knows what, right? If you feel like your chain of command or your immediate chain of command don't have the answers, it's time to go find the answers by any means. Because you need that for whatever the case may be, right? I mean, it depends on what it is, of course, but I need answers. And if I go to 2 or 3 of them and don't get that answer, and it's time for me I'm trying to get to the top and figure it out, man. I need to go to somebody who can figure this out for me. But also, Dumbo, I think it depends on what it is too, though, right? If it's something that can wait or is it something that I need right now, I think that plays a big part in me getting the right answer right now. Like if it's something that I don't need right now, I can go a little bit higher through the chain of command, right? But it's something I need, like my BAH or something. I'm finna move out of town or whatever. I hate to move on that and make it happen.
Right. I would say it depends, as you said, but everything is important because it may not be that important to us, but it may be important to that seller or service member, whoever it may be.
True.
And you don't want them to wait to climb that ladder. But it's like at one point you got to say, hey, y'all, I do have an open door policy. Please use it. Again, like I agree with you. Like maybe the second you pushing the third attempt and they ain't got no resolvement.
Right.
It's like, hey, CMC, I see you in the P-way or whatever. Hey, let me talk to you for a minute. You know, those are the type of opportunities when y'all walking around and saying, "Hey, how you doing today?" Oh, since you ask, you know, and the chain of command really can't say. Now, some of them can, but for the most part, oh, I didn't know that they had an issue going on or this was going on. They were dealing with this, you know. But these days, these sailors recording and taking notes and time stamping everything. Say, oh, you know, we talked this day and this time. Remember that? And it's wild. So again, it all depends on. It depends on the situation, but for them, they're going to say it's important. So
yeah. And by that third attempt, man, I feel like if I'm in the chain of command, like the divisional or departmental chain, I should know something. You know, if a sailor then hit up this rung in the ladder and this rung in the ladder,
right?
I'm gonna have a problem if I ain't find nothing out by the time the damn LPO found out. Like, yo, you need to run that by me, bro. Like, what we got going on? You know, what's up, Aaron?
Well, I went through a Simio school. I remember the phrase they said to say, eliminate handling things at the lowest level. It's handle things at the appropriate level. And some things don't need to wait. So for that, I kind of figured you got a timeline, you got to attack it. I don't want none in my inbox. Some things don't need to be at the lowest level. It should be the appropriate level. The appropriate level might be like after a week, all right, I need to talk to the department head or talk to the CMC.
Yeah.
And then going to Todd's point about everybody recording stuff, that's facts. I had a sailor last year. I knew he was trying to record me. He's trying to like build a case against the chain of command. Yeah, when them glasses that record. Like, I'm not stupid, man. I see what you're doing. So, you know, so I don't go into meetings scared, but I just know that I'm a marked man. They always trying to record something. You're not going to get me. But handle it at the appropriate level with urgency.
Yeah. Hey, also, man, I think when we just talking about it, it also means something who's in that chain of command too, right? If the leadership ends at, say, a LPO or chief level, then it goes to the CMC. Now, if you got AOCM up in there, right, I feel like it's finna get handled. You know what I mean? I think the levels of things there too matters also, right? On how far you can go to with it.
The people matter too. Because you love your brothers and sisters in the mess. Even the first classes, they know who's who. You're like, oh, you routed to win? Hey, who's your LPO?
Yeah.
Sanchez? Hey, let me look into this to you. Or it's like, who was it? Oh, Miller? Oh, he usually on it. I'm gonna check it out. Hey, I'm gonna call Mill now. So you kind of know whose admin sucks. Who's actually on it. You know? So,
that's a fact.
I mean, have y'all ever been in one of them like positions where somebody specifically told you that they were told not to go to you yet? Like,
no.
Yeah.
Nah, I never experienced that.
Time, man. And I think it's from the seat, from our seat, right? Like, people, you know, you get with a seller and they like, they said not to go to you yet, CMC. I'm like,
I can see why people say it though. I mean, I can see why people say it because that gives the seller the opportunity to be like, oh, I can go talk to him or her anytime. You know, I don't got to go through my chain. They said, you know, again, open door policy. They said, y'all saying that at the check-in. So they're going to exercise that right. You know, and you're like, well, hold on. Let's don't go there until you talk to me first. Then I can escalate it to that level for you. But let's talk to me first.
Yeah, I've had, and that helps when you got good leadership, right?
Right.
That helps when you got a good leader that's trying to. I had people come to me at the seller's bit of my office, like, "Hey, what was they talking to you about?" Like, you think they was talking about you?
Yeah,
And that's something you want to tell me?
Yeah.
Hey, what was they in your office?
Well, because it's one thing to be telling somebody to come to, like, you know, and we did it. I did it as match chief, but I can go, you know, doing cleaning stations on the ship. And, you know, we walking around and I'm talking to sailors and they just telling me these things. So when I go to the division chief and talk to him or her about it, they're like, well, I didn't know that. Well, again, then I'll say, well, do you know your sailors? But then they get the message like, oh, let me talk. Hey, don't talk to match chief. You know, let me find out what's going on. You know, and I'm sure they probably had them conversations, but I never told them to do that.
When they come to me, I always ask them, did you afford your leadership a chance to take care of this for you?
Right.
But then, what was the last episode? We said someone's like, yo, I ain't talking to them because I know nothing gonna happen.
Well, last episode I said I normally get to that moment where I'm telling somebody like, yo, it's time. Yo,
Right.
you gotta put the pedal to the metal because I'm like, I'll be like, I'm seeing it. And I said this last episode, but I'll be like, yo, I'm seeing it. They gonna start coming to me because I'm approachable, right? I'm not gonna sit here and lie about that, right? I'm approachable and I'm trying to solve problems. They're going to come to me. So now you gotta get proactive, bro.
Right.
I'm not gonna stop being approachable and I'm not gonna stop solving problems. So
Right.
you gotta like we have to have the same. We might have different personalities or whatever like that. But what I normally tell like my Chiefs mess, we gotta have the same spirit. You know, we different people. Right, but you better get on the ball, bro. Like we shooting threes an hour before we start the game, bro. Like that's where we at.
Yeah.
You know, that's how I feel about that.
But hey, I will say this too, man, with that open door policy thing, man. When I was on the Nimitz, man, I was quick to tell, I know what he said. I know what she said. But you need to come see me first, though.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Come see me first. Let me handle it and I can do that. I always said that though, man.
Right.
I'm not saying open door policy no more though. I just say, hey, I'm up here. Just come let me know. I don't want to say it. I think it was understood and got to be said. If they have the courage or they like that motivated to come holler at me, then they need to come holler at me.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because some of them, you say open door policy, some of them, the select few like, oh, I ain't talking to nobody. I'm going right there.
Right.
Especially if you're approachable or if they see someone that is them. You know what I'm talking about? Like, oh, we good. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we good. Yeah. Oh, we from the same city? Oh, yeah. We went to the same high school? Oh, yeah. And we could be 10 years apart. You know?
I saw it today. I had this one sailor, she from Fayetteville. And I got two chiefs in the mess. They from Fayetteville. The minute they heard that, like, oh, they just disarmed. Like, oh, hey, we kinfolk.
Yeah.
No, hold up. This is
you got to be responsible with that. You know, you have to, right? All right. Let's get into some Ty stuff real quick. Hey, so we talked about this before we started, but I want to intro kind of into this way so that the listeners know what we talk about, who we talking to. You said you joined in 90.
Yeah, November 90. Woo! November 5th, 1990.
Yeah, and you did 30.
30. Yeah.
So you done been through phases of the Navy.
Different uniform changes and everything.
Yeah, forgive my math if it's messed up. You retired at 20, right? 2020.
Yeah,
right?
2020.
Okay.
COVID.
Sure. So you retired right before COVID.
I was during COVID. Yeah, actually, my ceremony was in November, and they opened it up for like a minute, and I was actually able to have a ceremony. And then right after the ceremony, they closed it right back up. Yeah. So I got lucky. Yeah.
So what was your rundown? What's your history of assignments?
So I joined the Navy in November 1990. I joined as an AO, air crewman. And from there, I went to Hawaii. Started out with VP 22. They decommissioned. Went to VP 17. They decommissioned. And right after that, that's when AOs, they stopped flying on P3s at the time. So then I just was like a ground pounding AO. Went to VP9, left VP9, they all were in Hawaii at the time. So I left Hawaii in 97. Then went to ATD Great Lakes, NTC side from 97 to 99. Then the schoolhouse moved down to Pensacola, Florida. So I was in Pensacola from 99 to 2000. Left there, second class still, like 9 years in the Navy, somewhere around there. Picked up first class at the 10-year mark when I got to the squadron in VP 45 in Jacksonville. Left there as a chief and checked in the second class, left as a chief. Went to AIMD Oceana in 2004. Was there to 2007. And then went to USS Nassau from 2007 to 2010. Left there as a senior chief. Then went to VP 45 in Jacksonville. Made mass chief out of there. Then went to the Ford. Did the pre-com there, then retired off the GW down there in doing overhaul. Doing OCOs.
So you did back to back sea duty before you retired.
Yeah. Well, you call it sea duty, but it was in the shipyard. But we got underway on a GW, on a Ford, but no deployment or nothing like that. But yeah, I did a lot of C time, a lot of deployments. 10 deployments total. Yeah, 10 deployments total. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Time in the game,
Yeah,
man.
man. Yeah.
Hey, so let's we go. Hey, look,
I ain't afraid to see duty, no matter where it's at. Yeah.
We gonna dive right in, man. Like, so I'm looking around. I see the At Ease podcast picture.
Yeah.
We gonna get into that. I see some family stuff. I see a real motivational kind of like in whites with the flag on the
That's my
ship
son.
thing.
It's my son.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's son. So that's even more motivational.
Yeah.
And then I ain't even get to the fact that you from Philly yet. We ain't even dig there yet. But
Yeah. Born and raised. West Philadelphia. Will Smith stole my line. Yeah.
I see the GOAT like a Hall of Fame plaque, I want to say,
Right. Yes, sir.
behind you. And man, I don't even know how to like kind of like start this. So let's go back to the last person I saw retire that put the jacket on, right? Put the GOAT like a Hall of Fame jacket on. I feel like it was AP Alquin Parker. It might have been somebody else since then, but was it Alquin Parker?
Yeah, it was probably AP.
Okay, so it was Master Chief Parker, who was on our podcast, episode 5, y'all. Go check it out. Long time ago, man. He kind of ushered us in. And man, it was a lot of comments going like slung. And I mean, I think I've had conversations about the GOAT like a Hall of Fame with people. I heard them talk. Let me not say I had conversations. Like I heard them bring up things like, yo, what is this GOAT like a Hall of Fame? Like, who got the audacity to start this?
How dare he? How dare he?
Yeah, how dare he?
What are you thinking about?
What's the connection?
Yeah.
And,
would it be a big deal if it just said GOAT Locker Association? Would it be a big deal?
I think the Hall of Fame is offensive.
Hold on, that's what I'm saying. But it'll be a big deal. But if it take the Hall of Fame part off, if it just said GOAT Locker Association, what would it?
Well, let's start with where did this? So it's been people who love it and people that hate it, right? We've seen people mad about it, posting about it, all types of shit, right? But let's start with the why. Like, where did this come from?
And it's when I was on the GW. And for the people that hate, that's cool. You know, it's no big deal. I love it.
You being nice.
Yeah, no, for real, bro.
They're mad at me now from last week. I don't care.
Let me explain something to you, man. When y'all brothers retire, man, you're going to see some real different things, and you don't even worry about what people think, because what's for you is for you, and it may not be for everybody, and that's cool, because there's other associations out there people can start and join, either or. So on the GW, this is 2018-ish, something like that. I always and it's like a walk. It's like a mile walk from where you park till you get to the ship. So I was an MM chief on there, Dawn Turner. She's a command master chief right now. And I would talk with her about, I always want to have a party with like a lot of chiefs, like, you know, on April 1st, like for us to celebrate, for us to like have a good time, you know, and do what we do. We preach and breathe Navy chief, Navy pride. So let's live it, you know? So that's just me, just wanting to do something with the brothers and sisters I serve with. Because I had an awesome time in the Navy. So I'm telling her about that. Then I'm always thinking like, we always praise athletes. Like no matter what in the mess, you can get a conversation, talk about athletes. Any of them, name baseball, basketball, football, hockey, tennis, no matter what. And we always talk about how great they are. And we give our own opinions on it, on how great they are. So I always say, I know I'm good at what I do, you know? And is it a cocky thing? Yeah, because I feel good about making chief. You know, a lot of people didn't make it. A lot of people just didn't make it for whatever particular reason. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I just fell in love with what was cool. It was cool. And then being like a brother of it, you know, doing my, you know, just doing our thing. I just loved it. So I'm like, and then on the forward, that was a different type of command where you felt like, wow, I'm really doing my job as a master chief. Where like, I'm giving back and doing what I'm doing. These people, they advancing, you know, their names getting put out there. Like they doing great things. I got second classes that go from second classes to chief. The next thing you know, they LDOs. You know, I got first classes going to senior chief, then warrant officer. You know, so it's just those things, like those runs that we were having. It's just like, oh, wow, we are actual, like, group that's like moving. I'm sending, we're in the shipyard, building the ship. I'm still sending people out. Hey, you need people over here on this ship going forward deployed. I'm helping them out over there, helping them out over here. My people getting trained at the same time. So all of that is just saying to me like, wow, I really did my job as a chief and felt good about it. And I see the reward that I get from my sailors when they come back and call me, say, hey, thank you. I didn't get it then, but I damn sure get it now. You know, and people telling me, hey, you was a chief. And I'm getting that as a young chief. Just being mentored by the right people. Just being mentored by the right people. And I think we just spoke about that earlier. Like, if you with the right people, you're going to flourish. You can't, it's hard to fail. You know, when you're around the right mentors, that's hard to fail. So I take all of that. And again, I'm just thinking about how we praise athletes when they get done with their career. You know, and I said, well, why not? Let me just say I'm a Hall of Famer. And then I get the people that mentored me. Hey, when I retire, I'm going to have y'all induct me. You know, that's the day that we'll start it. So it's nothing for me to say, you're not worthy. You're not worthy. We all are worthy. But hey, I know who I'm bringing to the table. And if they say, hey, Damo good, Damon good, Aaron good, guess what? Come on. There's no criteria to say that you ain't worthy. Hey, the greats know the greats. And I can't make that up. The greats know the greats. So that's what it is. It's nothing like, now we know we got some chiefs that ain't hitting on nothing. That's right. But they still chiefs. So in the beginning for me, it was just like, you know, we all chiefs. Who am I to say that person ain't worthy enough? Even though they made it, they made chief. They might have served one tour, but who am I to say it? But I kept getting the whole, my close peers, close players would say, man, you know, everybody ain't worthy. I said, I know, trust me. I sat selection board, so I know who's not worthy. It's not like I don't know, but I know, you know, I can see them. Some of them work for me, so I know. But now you're talking about, well, how do we get there to say there's a criteria? But I'm going to say, hey, man, send me 5 evals. No, I ain't got time for that. That's not the business I'm in. You know, in the beginning, it was just a cool thing to have a jacket, the stylish thing when I retired. Yeah, that's all it was, to be honest with you. But I still
it was
felt
like your own thing. It was
that
like,
was my own thing.
My own thing.
This my own thing. And for the guys I served with that I know that mentored me, that's all it was, you know. But then people like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like, it's a cool thing. Okay, I run with that for a while. But, and we're going to get to that later, but as I'm doing podcasting, I was learning some things that I can do with the GOAT Like a Hall of Fame, which kind of changed my thought in the direction it's going in right now. So it was, for me to say this is how I started it, it was just like, wow, I just want to be, I mentioned with the greats like these other guys that we know, we talk about Shaq, Mike, AI, LeBron, you know, we talk about those guys. And it's guys that y'all came up with when y'all was young, E3s, E4s, that y'all say, you know what, that chief right there was good. Like, she was good. I told somebody the other day, but for some odd reason, you never forget your CMC. I don't care if they're good or bad. If there's some people in your career that you never forget, your first chief and any really good CMCs, you know. And there's some people that come along our path that we'll never forget, but it's just some people that's great. And let's honor them at their retirement ceremony. So to answer the question, man, it was just all like it's a cool thing for me to do.
It was a fun thing you wanted
That's
to do.
all it was.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
I have something I want to like add to that real quick. So Tyese always wanted, you know, when you're ready to retire, and I done heard this a million times at retirement ceremonies. Are you getting ready to retire? And they say, hey man, do what you want to do. It's your retirement.
Hey, bro, yeah.
Right? How many times?
Nobody's going to stop it. Right. It's mine. Like nobody's going to.
Exactly. But
and even me. Like me, I'm like, no, I know, like I'm that guy. Like, I say I'm that guy humbly because the things I love to do for the people that I work with. So I just there to help them. They like, man, that's our guy. Like, he's our guy. He helped us get us where we're at. And it's like, hey, it's my retirement ceremony too, and this is how I'm going to do it. Yeah. You know, and then bronze cover, bronze boots. So, hey, that's the way. 30 years is a long time, man.
That's a long time, brother. That's a long time, brother. Hey, and then once you do it, that's when somebody gonna complain about it, right? Somebody wanna say something, right?
all.
Do what you want to do. It's your retirement. Then once you do something, man, what the hell is that? What the hell's going on?
I saw a second line at a retirement.
Hey.
And it was clean.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
That person was New Orleans through and through.
Yeah,
and had a second line.
See? That's representing like another girl, Josie. She had a real goat, a real little baby goat at her retirement ceremony, man. Like, I'm telling you. Yeah.
Other branches love seeing our retirements. I'm seeing it now. Like, I have a bunch of Army chiefs now, right? They've been through and they've been accepted. And, Army retirement. You been to an Army retirement before?
Nah, I've never been.
That joint, it's like an assembly line. You line up here, hey, boom, all right, kick rocks. Here's your end of tour. All right, peace.
Nothing like ours.
Right? I mean, it's like a big auditorium and they come up there, your family, they call your name, but it's like, it's not personalized.
Oh, wow.
It's you and Allah. I saw it with my brother-in-law when he retired. But they see us and you see the speeches and the first guest speaker and the second guest speaker and all this. And like, all right, it really is personalized.
Yeah.
And they love it.
Yeah.
Even getting, the family departing, like, they love it.
Yeah. Ours is fun, man. I like to hear people say, like, Old Glory, saying it, reciting it from the, top of the dome. All of those things, man. It's good. Retirement ceremony, you make it fun. That's your last hurrah. You don't think about it now. You think about it as closer as you get to it is when them butterflies and bubbles start to shake. Like, you getting nervous. And it's like, hey, man, I got to put this show on for my family. My mom never seen me advance nothing. Like, even when I made Master Chief, like, every time I advanced, I was on deployment. Yeah, honestly, I was on deployment every single time. So I waited to get pinned to Master Chief until I came off deployment so she can be there to pin me. So those type of moments, man, you got to make them special, especially when you had that opportunity, because that's it. You can't come back and say, hey, let me get a redo. Nah, it's over with, bro. You had your opportunity.
Yeah, so you start, we pulling right back up on Goat Like a Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So you start Goat Like a Hall of Fame, just as that's totally I get it, right? Start totally understandable. This is my thing, I'm doing this. This is my ceremony, I'm doing this is mine. That's one. At some point, somebody else wants to do this, right? Mm-hmm. So at some point, they either talking to you about getting the artwork, the logo, or whatever it is, the jacket, or whatever it is. And then that's when you kind of make an agreement with yourself to lend your IP, right? Intellectual property to this other person. And then that's what starts Goat Like a Hall of Fame from being more than a personal thing, right? Can you tell me that story?
So you talking about going to like a nonprofit right now?
No, don't get there yet. Because I know y'all, I know Goat Like a Hall of Fame is moving and doing shit.
So you saying
the next person, who was number 2?
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good question. Hold on. Who was it?
Yeah.
Because at first I didn't have a lot of patches. I had the patches.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a good one.
Yeah, because somebody had to hit you up like, hey, what you did, I want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. That's a good one. No, that's a good one.
Yeah, we're going to let you think.
Because I'm thinking it had to be somebody that I definitely had to come up with. It was somebody I had to come up with. Like, probably one of my dudes down in Jacksonville. Probably one, and I'm sure it had to be one of them guys down in Jacksonville that I came up with.
So even if you can't remember specifically, though, at some point you had to have a conversation with yourself that this is about to be more than, and maybe you didn't, but this is about to be more than just something I did for fun at my retirement ceremony because I'm about to let somebody else do it and make a jacket, or maybe they just was like, hey, I want to do what you did, you know? So was that like, more the conversation?
Yeah, so like in around 2022, I felt like I said, oh, wow, I'm ordering more patches. And I'm ordering more patches. And it's like, this kept going. It kept going. And I guess people just kind of, like people kind of looked at it like as like especially us. I'm gonna say blacks. Like, oh wow, this is a cool fashion thing. You know, like, cause you get any kind of design, any color jacket you want. People putting like numbers on their jacket, just doing different things, different type of things with it. So I was like, well, that's cool because we all rep different colors in the Navy, especially the aviation side of the house. And some people got fraternities that they want to represent or sororities that they want to represent.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, all right, just have any color you want. You know, this the patch is how you get the patch. And that was pretty much it. Like, so like it started picking up really like in 2022. Like
so
really
it got ahead of you, kinda. It just got ahead of you. It just happened naturally.
It really did. It really did. Like I stood a point. I'm sending patches overseas, Japan, Spain. You know, I'm sending them. Because it's just like oh wow. I felt like, I don't know if they felt like they belonged in that lane or they just felt like, well, this is a cool thing to do.
Do you ask people, like, when you get the request, you ask people like, oh, who does like a prior GOAT locker person got to advocate for somebody? Like, what's your stats, man? How many chiefs you made? Or what's your total? Is it a criteria or just upon demand?
Then, no. As of October 1st, excuse me, of this year, yes.
Oh, I want to hear that criteria.
Yeah. It's be on the website. It's going to be on the website. So I got like a committee that they actually review packages, look at it. And it's mainly just, oh yeah, it's real, man. Because it's big. It's a nonprofit, man. It's a different organization, man. Like,
everybody can't get in.
Yeah, well, no. That's the thing. Everybody can get in. Every chief now, but you got to say, well, now say like Damo in, right? Just say, I'm going to give an example. Damo's in and Damon's in. And Aaron, you ain't retired yet. You submit your package, your application. We review it and say, well, who's going to represent you that's already in? But you already got two people, you know, to represent. But hey, I think the requirement is two. You have to have two people to say, I vouch for him. You know, he's solid. You know, that's it. Because it's not like a criteria to turn anyone away. I just know some people retired that they got sent home and not in a good way. You know, and I know that. And do we say one bad thing spoils something? Yeah, it all depends on what we're talking about. You know, it could be a bad situation that somebody said, oh yeah, this happened. And you really got to really understand what was going on and say, well, it didn't really go down like that. You know, that person we won't turn away.
Okay. So, all right. I got a question from before, but I'm like keeping it in the spirit of that. Remember during COVID, like it was an app called Clubhouse, and it was an invite-only app. Some of the older heads might not remember Clubhouse, but it was an app called Clubhouse, and it was an invite-only where you just kind of you do kind of like we doing here, but you would do it on stage, and it would be an audience, like how Twitter got a live, how people go live on Twitter right now, right? Well, Twitter, it was pretty much Twitter Spaces. Like Twitter Spaces pretty much took the whole Clubhouse concept. But it was a time, like it was like a 10-day period where I ain't getting no invite to Clubhouse. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm like, yo, how come? Like, you know, and my wife got her invite before me. She's like, yo, I just got invited to Clubhouse. I'm like, yo,
right.
Ain't nobody hit me up yet with the Clubhouse invite. So it got to a point where I'm outside the club. You know what I mean? And so how do you now, well, let me just say this. GOAT Locker Hall of Fame looks like a black thing, right?
Yeah.
In some optics, right?
Right.
I'm going to assume that's not in your control either. It just so happened that it moved that way.
That's it.
Right?
That's it. That's exactly what happened. You know, again, it's just like, more blacks kind of look at it as like more of like a swagger type thing. You know, it's like a t-shirt. It's like a retired Navy chief t-shirt.
Yeah.
You know, that's all it is. And people thinking like, oh my God, because the Hall of Fame piece on it, it go crazy.
I don't think it's just the Hall of Fame piece, bro.
People look good rocking it though, man.
I think it's the GOAT Locker term too. I think the GOAT Locker term is what makes people also, right? So it's GOAT Locker and Hall of Fame that makes people be like, who the fuck said that?
Yeah, like how dare he? How dare he? This guy. So what's the difference of a GOAT Locker Hall of Fame than the skull and bone CPO hat on the back of a car window? Like when I see that, I think of pirates. growing up. That's just me. When I see that, I think of Pirates. But we don't hate on it because all of us that made Chief has a skull CPO swag.
Somewhere. You got it somewhere.
You got it somewhere. And you never questioned it, right? You just, well, the people before me had it. You know, so 15, 20 years from now, this conversation it'll be in a cloud somewhere. And they say, wow, this is how we started. You know, because it's going to stick around. You know, whether it's all blacks, Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, Spanish, whites, or whatever. It's open to everyone. And, and understand this now. When we were coming up and retirement ceremony that you had to go to because maybe someone retiring in the command or whatever like that, there wasn't a lot of blacks. I can say that for me coming up, you know, my early years, like my first squadron, I had two, the black AD chief and the YN chief. Now you go to commands now, you see a lot of black people retiring as chiefs. Yeah. So it's just normal for us to do what we want to do. So it's not like the days of old where things have changed, you know. So it's just like it's part of our culture now, you know. Yeah. If you hit me with the skull head, why can't I hit you with mine? You know, do I got to go through somebody to do that?
Yeah, and it ain't divisive, right? It's not like the black chief thing. It just so happened to. It just so happened to look like that because that's kind of the way it went. Is it any now? Do you have? And I'm sure you probably don't because it seemed like the earlier years kind of got ahead of you. Mm-hmm. Do you know every single person that?
No.
Okay.
No. It's well over. It's well over. I didn't. It's well over 3,000 patches. That's been probably 4,000 easily. Yeah.
But is it a repository now? Like are y'all like since the October 1 and we talking about a criteria stuff like that? Are we keeping track now?
Yes, right now. Oh yeah. It's like we got a directory and everything. Website, all that stuff is coming. I'm still working on that right now. It's an actual nonprofit. I got a lawyer. I got a tax accountant. Got committee leads, board of directors. Man. I don't want to jump ahead, so because I know how podcasting goes, so that's why I respect that. But it's coming alive right now. I always say like we flying a plane and we still building.
Yeah. So, I tell you what. Go ahead, Damo.
Nah.
Hey, I tell you what, man. I looked it up on Facebook, man. Right. So I was like, man, let me join this group. Nah. Hey, couldn't get in there, man. You know what I mean? Couldn't get in there, bro. Hey, but I looked at it, it was like 100. I want to say exactly 149 people.
Yeah,
you know,
because originally it was about 600.
Yeah,
then it jumped down to 140 because we pay dues now. So it's a lot, man. It's a lot that we trying to build, man. And it's for the good. So I can't wait till us to dive into it. Yeah. I get excited about it.
I'll tell you what, Ty, I want to say one thing real quick, Dumbo. Man, I can right now talking about this. I am not going to lie, man. I'm catching chills now if I was retiring tomorrow and somebody came drape that freaking Hall of Fame thing across my shoulders, bro.
Yeah.
Like I can see it right now, man. I can see all red and turn around and you know what I'm saying? See that 5 in the back of that 5. That's when I was born in the 5th. I was the 5th boy. You know what I mean? I can just see all that. I got a whole layout.
See, that's what I'm saying. You visioning your show. Like this is like, hey, it was a grand opening. It's like a grand closing. You know, like how does it look for me to retire, man? And then to still be around some brothers and sisters that I can share these stories with because we need each other. Yeah. And again, right now, y'all good. Y'all don't see it yet, but I promise you, it's going to come, man. We'll talk about it.
I got a question for you about what you getting at. I got sorry, Aaron. What you getting at, Ty? It's in my notes, bro. Like the bridge, it's in my notes, bro. Yeah. I love how you like getting ahead of the shit.
I get fired up about it, man, because it's just like one dude, listen, a dude in Spain, he was a ABH chief from Texas. He had the whole layout, the Hall of Fame layout. He had banners up in the rafters, jacket. He had a bust of himself, you know, like going all out. So, hey, man, like people just changing it up, man. You got to think this going back to shadow boxes. Shadow boxes is crazy right now. You know, you're not getting a standard shadow box anymore. People designing them, doing something special. You know, creative, man. They like 10 feet tall. You know, like, I don't know where you putting that in the house, but hey, Wish you well
I
with
be
it.
saying some shadow box.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy.
So it's just I love it, man, and I love what we're doing with it now.
Yeah. And before we transition to that, because I think we know everything we should know here is like, hey, you started this as something just to have fun on your own.
Yeah.
It kind of grew legs as something that everybody else was doing to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then you took action and made this a thing. And that's what we're going to talk about. We build in a criteria. I got 2 things. Damon talked about getting chills about getting a jacket. I would get chills. Y'all heard like the recent story, Ray J when he went to Mario concert? Y'all ain't hear that? Like
Nah.
Ray J went to Mario on Wale concert and he was trying to perform. And he asked Mario, he was like, hey Mario, like, and this was in Baltimore. And Mario album just came out. Ray J was like, he's like trying to get on stage. Mario was like, yo, give me like 15 minutes to think about it. You know what I mean? Like, so, I'm just, my chills would come, from me like, yo, Ty, man, I'm trying to get, that go like a Hall of Fame stat. Hey, Dom, like, let me think about it, bro.
Let me think about it. Yeah, I gotta see if it's good.
And I'll get that. I'm retired without it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But and then before we transition, my other question is, you see somebody disrespecting the legacy, right? You strip them of we stripping them of their jacket. Like,
man, we gotta do what we gotta do. We gotta do what we gotta do because it's like, it's at this point in our lives, man. I tell people it's all about peace and profit. And profit don't necessarily means money. Profit means education to me, but peace is everything, man. So it's like, if you out here wilding and ain't doing right, like, hey man, you just can't be down with us. You just can't be down with us.
Yeah. And
I don't care what the situation is,
bro.
No,
you can't afford it. Like, we can't afford this.
No. The direction I want to see where we're going, I ain't got the energy for that. Again, there's other people and other associations and other groups that you can join, and they'll definitely accept you. I know they will.
Boom. It's other organizations around, right?
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to Fleet, Paul Kingsbury, who he been working, and I know kind of inside, some insider stuff, but he been working on the national CPOA for a minute. It's finally launched. So the national CPOA is launched, 501c company, able to go into Congress and get things done. My first question, about that is, and when he announced the launch, he announced like collaborative efforts between other organizations and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So my question to you is, what's your opinion about bringing things like that together at times where things like that need to be together?
Oh man, see what we about is working together. It's the same. It's just us being in the Chiefs mess still, but we just on the retirement side of the house. It's just connecting with people, growing, building, because everybody's out here doing something. We got people that's not working. We got people that's fully retired. We have people that's like, I got a job just to, fund my habits, flying out the country or going to these games and doing this and doing that. We got people who realtors, DJs, party planners, all of those things. So it's like, wow, all y'all doing this and y'all retired. So let us stay together. Let's connect. If somebody coming up with a retirement or a party, I already got somebody within the association that can do that. Somebody over here that can do that. I got this person over here that can do that. Oh, you need somebody to film and record something? I got somebody that can do that. Oh, I got a couple of DJs that I can send to you that you need. I got somebody doing some volunteer work at these super football stadiums, basketball stadiums. I got to connect for that. So it's just connecting the dots. And we're already out here. We just coming together. So the collab with Fleets Association, that's all day. I recommend that, because the bigger we are, the stronger we are, and there's no, it's just a tie show. No, we all one. This is what we doing, so it's like, this is what, it's easier that way. We all connect. It makes it easier. It makes it easier.
Yeah. And one thing I see is Goat Locker Hall of Fame actually doing shit too, like out there, like at the stadium, like everything you're talking about, y'all, it's moving, right? So the first kind of question as we think about that is like, so what took you from this is a thing, a fun thing, I did it, my own retirement, owning that, to like people asking for badges, to you sending badges, to it becoming a legitimate thing? And first of all, what have you done to make it more legitimate, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that's the question. Like, what have you done to kind of make it legitimate? What's the business moves we made?
So right now, before it was just like, I've been selling the patches, doing that thing. So now it's a 501c3. I went, got it, got the whole nonprofit done with the state of Virginia. They said, got the lawyer, got an accountant. So everything is straight with the IRS. No issues, no problems. Working on getting the grants right now. The big thing is, we do parties every year. On April 1st to celebrate the Chief's birthday. Spades tournaments, domino tournaments, just doing stuff to keep the people together. I had parties in Virginia, had parties in Jacksonville, we're out the country last year on a cruise ship. Mm-hmm. So just getting us together, just doing stuff. And people came from different places and say, hey, let's come kick it. Just once a year, maybe twice a year, just having a good time, reminiscing, doing what we used to do with deployments and hanging out, things of that nature. So I'm doing it, talking to AP a lot about it. And I'm seeing like, oh, wow, this is really moving. Moving. And he like, bro, you have no idea what it's doing. He said, but I'm still active duty. And I hear what people are talking about and how they think like, oh man, I can't wait. It's funny sometimes I go to ceremonies and people like, oh man, that's cool. That's nice. And not knowing I'm right there, but it feels good to hear that. Just feel like, wow, people really respect it, and then sometimes I go up there and I'm talking about it. When I'm inducting somebody, I get passionate about it especially because I know that person. I know that person and I know how we came up together, what was going through it, what we dealt with as second classes, what we dealt with as first classes, senior chiefs, master chiefs. So it's like, I get excited and say, wow, you finally did it. You finally retired. Now you coming to this side. So all of those things kind of like, let's make it legit. Again, me doing the podcast, I'm learning so much about retired people. I'm learning so much. I'm 5 years out and it's a lot of things that you're going to encounter. You can't even dodge it. I promise you. You can't dodge it.
It's funny you going to a place I don't want you to go yet.
No, not yet. So within those things kind of like put my mindset to say, you know what? How can I go back and help the people that's about to retire? And that's what I kind of say, you know what? Talking to AP and also my sister, she also has a nonprofit organization called Black Brain Campaign out in Philly. And just talking with her, she was like, hey, if y'all experiencing the same thing I'm dealing with, with the people in the community in the city of Philadelphia, you need to do the same thing. Mm-hmm. So all of those things came together. So again, talking to my sister, talking to AP, it was like, hey, let's make this thing legit, and then make it happen.
AP has said some of the same stuff to me. I want to shout AP out. Like, he's a visionary, right? This dude's a visionary. Yeah. I want to stay as close to AP as possible. Me and him had a 20 minute conversation, and I'm like, I can't lose this guy. I got a healthy amount of like fear. It's some people out there. I got a healthy amount of like fear and respect for them, and I care about what they think. AP has kind of made himself one of those people where I care about what he thinks, right? So I definitely want to shout him out. And he is the type of dude that's going to make you be like, hey, I need to make this a thing. You know what I mean? Like, why haven't I? Like, what am I doing? Like,
right. And we feed off each other, and if sometimes like, I always tell him, I said, man, we like two rappers, but we're going to beef. We're not going to agree on everything. We're going to go against each other sometimes, but we got to make sure it's right. So if I say something, you say something, we got to still have, we can't never take our Master Chief hats off. That's never going to happen. No matter how we say it, you've been 30 years. What you want us to do? Like, the way, it's not like we screaming and yelling. It's just the way that we think. So
it's like,
it's in our DNA. It's the way that we think, man. So, we two strong brothers, but we stay sharp, keeping our blades sharp all the time. Like, hey, we got to talk about this. We got to talk about that. Hey, what's the next move? We did this for a while. What's the next move? But it's a lot of work, man. It's a lot of work. But I'm glad to be working with him.
Yeah, man. Remember the Illmatic intro? and
Yeah.
you at home doing this.
Right. Yeah.
You
yeah.
at home doing
this.
shit.
Yeah.
She's disciple. My raps is trifle. You know, let me start.
Yeah.
So all right. So UNAP for the greater good. He's somewhere here. You doing Goat Locker Hall of Fame. Y'all start the podcast, which we'll get into in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Goat Locker Hall of Fame is you 501c3. We out here now doing things, right? We actually doing things, getting things done. And let me say this. I love y'all generation of goats, right? Hey, for the young listeners, we're going to get into some other stuff too. I'm sorry. No, it's a lot of goats out here. But I love y'all's generation of goats because everybody that I meet from that, I'm a recluse. I'm an introvert. No matter what, I do a podcast. I'm not somebody that want to talk to people, right?
Yeah.
Y'all generation of goats bring me out. Y'all bring me out all the time.
They different, man.
Y'all pull me out, man, and they reach out. So CMC retired Brian Exum, right? Brian Exum, CMC retired. You might know him, might have heard of him. He took me to breakfast a couple weeks ago. You know what I mean? And Paul reaches out. Raymond Kemp, you know, like just and these guys don't stop, you know, and I can't imagine how strong that bond was. And I don't know how Damon and Aaron feel about it, but I can't imagine that bond when y'all was all in doing this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I guess that's kind of where I want to get to with the bridge with the vet kind of thing. So this is what I want to say. I was listening to a couple episodes ago of your podcast, and it was a dude on there, and he was talking about vet benefits.
Mm-hmm.
And as I'm listening, I'm like, man, this vet shit, right? Because I feel like sometimes we get disconnected between like active duty and like vets, and it's like everybody that's active duty is going to be a vet. You know, so why don't we, I told you I was going to get there. But so why don't we utilize the bridge a lot, right? So I want to say this. I feel like your podcast, and the podcast we talk about is called At Ease, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that podcast is a bridge. But my two questions for you is this. Do you think that it's a bridge between active duty and vets? And if it is a bridge between active duty and vets, do you think it's weak? Do you think it's strong? Do you think it's getting stronger? They kind of like my questions.
Right. I just jump off the top rope and say it's a disconnect. It's a disconnect because you don't start thinking about retirement until you about to retire. When you come back and say, you can say all you want. Oh, I'm going to retire. Unless you know you're going to 30 and, you know, whatever. It's a disconnect. It's so much information that you need to have and should be prepared for the day that you walk out that door. Because you're not going to you're going to go to TAP class 2 and 3 times. You're going to sit in there. They're going to tell you and teach you everything that you need to know. They will. I know it. I've done it. They're going to teach you, but you're not paying attention. You're focused because you're on your phone. You're checking back at the command. You're trying to figure out what's going on. Hey, did this happen? Did that happen? You're not focused on what's important that's going to come down in your lane. And it's those benefits. Those benefits are so key. We don't think about benefits now on active duty because you go to medical, you go to dental, you good. You got somebody to take care of your admin work. You got somebody to take care of whatever you need. It's like we have a blanket when we're in the military because we're good. That day they give you that DD-214 and tell you thank you for your service. Yeah. It's a reality check. It's going to be a reality check. You know, I don't care if you were the 4 CMC of Atlantic Fleet. Shout out to those dudes anyway. You don't have that yeoman. You don't have that other chief that you're going to, hey, can you find this out? Can you go do this? Can you go do that? None of that is there. None of that is there. You know, I talk to captains 30 years plus in the game. Master Chief, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, I'm not. And they're the smartest, wittiest people we know. But when they get to the point of fear, because you're used to like being called upon to like, oh, I need to talk to Damon about this. I know he's going to fix it. You're not going to have that when you retire. People are going to reach out to you the first couple of years, but after that, it slowly goes away. It slowly goes away. So a lot of that is anxiety comes, depression comes, all of those things happen. All of those things going to happen. We've been institutionalized in a great institution, and now you feel like, wow, they don't need me no more. But you trained your relief. They said they have the watch. Respect that. They saying they have the watch and you salute it back. That means you good. But it sounds good, but it just don't work like that. So what we're doing is mentoring people 18 months before they actually separate or retire. Really for the most part retire. I call it transition accountability GOAT, where I'm tagging any one of y'all. I'm gonna have somebody, hey, connect with him, and help you with your transition. It's pretty much the same thing you're gonna get in TAP class. But I'm gonna make sure, hey, bro, you gotta go to those medical appointments. Hey, bro, you need to make sure you take care of this. Hey, bro, you never dealt with TRICARE, but you need to educate yourself on TRICARE because you never touched it before. Your spouse may have, but not you. You can tell them right now how to promote to the next pay grade, but you can't tell them nothing about, hey, if I'm 100%, what all the benefits do I get? Hey, if I'm leaving VA and I want to go back to Cali, what my taxes going to look like? You ain't thinking about none of that because you're so focused on active duty stuff. So when you're in TAP class, you're not paying attention to it. So now we're at a stage in our lives that I'm realizing and recognizing like it's a disconnect because of active duty. We should be going to these things. We should be educating ourselves on these things so we know when it's time to transition. I told the people at the Virginia Department of Veteran Services, I said, the days of sitting in the classroom is over with. These people got it on their phone. You get all the information on your phone. So if I'm walking, running, doing whatever, I can listen to it. I can listen to this podcast. I can listen to this webinar and get this information. And if I missed it, I can go back and replay it. I can sit down with my spouse and educate him or her. Hey, at these podcasts doing webinars to talk about, transition, how to deal with TRICARE, how much money you should have invested, what to do with your TSP when it's time to, retire, especially if you're not going to a civil service job. If you're just getting out, going to a regular job, you might want to do something with your TSP because you're not contributing to it anymore. It's so much information, man, that we needed to know that we just didn't get, but it was there. It's there. But again, it's just the disconnect because we're not focused on it because we're too busy focused on taking care of other people and not ourselves. That's the key thing.
And we also got mad vets, like right at our, like some of them
Come on, man.
on the installation with us.
Yeah, they right there. And they know so much. And you're not really talking to them about Navy work. You need to be talking to them about these benefits. Because we don't look at benefits as a big deal because we don't pay for medical. Talk to somebody that pays for medical insurance. Man, come on. And have a child in your family that has a disability or something like diabetes or something like that and trying to get medication. You got to know all of this stuff. But at the time we just focus on what the Navy asks us to do.
Well, we do our best to like sometimes shun shit and make shit uncool. When you take the uniform off, it's off. You know what I mean? And I remember, right? I got like 2-story retired chief shit stories that so a couple of commands ago, it's funny because I'm back in the same mess, but we had a leg in our mess of retired chiefs, right? A leg of retired chiefs in the mess. And this was like the first time I've seen this attempted because I was on ships and stuff before. And the retired chief dude that was like the rep for that leg, he was the most active member in the mess. Right?
Really?
He was like, hey, what we doing? Like, what's up? What y'all need to retire? We was never ready for him. Like, he like, what we doing? We like, no. He's like, hey, the retired chiefs, we ready. He's like, I got the old bylaws. He used to be the president of the mess, of that mess. He just retired and started working as a civilian on the installation. He's like, I got the old bylaws. I can help you out here. What's up?
That's
Talk
good,
to me.
Man.
That's
people that's active, man. That's them Hall of Famers.
Bro.
That's them Hall of Famers right there.
Bro.
That's them Hall of Famers right there. Yeah.
I go to my last command and I'm talking to one of the chiefs that was, he's retired. And it's like, you dig in a hole just to find somebody that's a retired chief because these dudes like, hey man, y'all don't deal with us here. Y'all don't talk to us here. Ain't no bridge here. You know what I mean? And so I see it on like both ends of the spectrum. And we, again, to reiterate, like it's so much of that around us that it's no reason for us to be so ignorant and like what they're doing. And I know we ignorant because even in active duty, where I didn't know how to do a CMC ceremony until I had to do my Master Chief Penance ceremony until I had to do mine. You know what I mean? So I know for sure, and I think it was I think we got Aaron's script and Daquan got Aaron's script and I got Daquan's script and Conrad got like that's when we figured it out. You know what I mean? So I know for sure we kind of fighting the punches as they getting swung. You know what I mean? We not thinking about, so we got it. So I do like, basically, to shorten that, I do like what At Ease is doing to bridge that gap. My question for you about this is, how do you decipher which, like when you do certain things, because I know you got like the financial seminar coming, the financial webinar coming up, right?
Yeah.
When is that coming up?
That's that's next Tuesday. What's that? November 22nd. Tuesday before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, so November 22nd. How do you decipher which one is going to be a At Ease thing and a Goat Like a Hall of Fame thing?
Right, and that's the hard part because the webinars are really tied more into like the Goat Like a Hall of Fame. But I gotta bridge. That's why I gotta bridge those two together because it's like I'm doing it under the At Ease umbrella, but it's more on the Goat Like a Hall of Fame with the transition accountability goats giving like information like that, and it's just us going out to those people that's like experts in those fields and say, hey, can you come on just to talk about this, and that? I got my next, like this month, which is the financial piece. December, a guy gonna come on and talk about college stuff. Like what the benefits that you get when you're 100%, for you, your spouse, and your kids. I got Brenda Lamb, another goat. She's a Goat Like a Hall of Fame person that does disability claims. And then we just keep finding stuff like that help people that's about, there's either already veterans or people that's about to transition. And the information, again, once we record it, it's always there for people to, see it. That's the key thing. So again, you can go to TAP class this week right here, but they're going to give you a whole bunch of books, all that. That's Gucci stuff. They give you a lot of information, but you ain't opening the books. Like, I know that. So it's just like, trying to bridge that gap between the At Ease and the Goat Like a Hall of Fame, because again, I'm trying to get people to view it. I don't care what service you was in, not just the Navy. I don't care what pay grade you was in. The information is universal. It's universal for all service members. All service members. So it's not like, we just depicting Navy people. Nah. So either you're going to get, again, like you said earlier, every active duty person will become a veteran.
Yeah. So now, So At Ease, right? Like where'd that name? So from what I know about At Ease is it's been a couple iterations of this. I could be wrong, but I don't believe I'm wrong. I think it's been a few iterations of it. With this one right now with UNAP, live podcast guests. I saw you got Captain Select Desmond Walker coming up. And that's dropping on Friday. That's dropping. Well, we don't even gotta say when it's dropping because this might come out after that. I think it's Sunday, but this might come after that.
Okay.
So for At Ease, where did you get the name from? Like, what made you come up with that name?
Just like from attention. We already attention. We standing stiff and still.
Yeah.
I was wanting to have something for everybody to relax. So just to keep it, funky with the military, I just said At Ease. And At Ease, you get to talk, speak, do whatever you want to do. It's just to relax and chill. I really wanted to get on some like some cigar and type environment where you having a couple of drinks. That's what I really, really want to get to, but it's hard to get there. That's why I kind of build like other little ones, like when I had like top 5 goats. Because originally I started with a CMC, one of my mentors, an Army. She was a sergeant, E7 in the Army, an Air Force E8, and a Marine lieutenant. So I was trying to cover all services.
Yeah.
And we were interviewing people, but as you know, it's tough doing it this way. We on the East Coast, the Marine captain, she was in California. She was at the Marine boot camp. Yeah. So it was hard with the scheduling, you know. So it was like, that's tough. Then I started doing like the live in studio.
Yeah.
And we started with 4 there. But again, timing was off. Then it just came out of me and AP. So, you know. But the other 2 we had before when we started doing live in studio, I want to get them to back on every now and again when they have time because we had a good chemistry and a good flow.
Yeah, so, you got it. Yeah. And I saw your earlier episodes with like the first couple that you downloaded on YouTube with I saw
just
that.
Trying it out, man. Just getting on. Top 5, yeah. Just getting on and just talking. Because I felt like I don't know, I was like to educate. I still like that. Like, you know, I teach a lot, you know, when I was in the Navy, and I still like, you know, do it now. So that's like my passion.
Why, bro? Why?
It's just like my passion, man. Like I just always was willing to help people. You know, it's in my DNA. You know, just.
Yeah. Hey, Ty. I want to know what you think about this, and also, Dumbo, Aaron, what you guys think? Because times are changing, man. So I came in '98, right? When I came in, man, I almost felt like when I got to the ship, my first class and my chief, man, like they taught me some shit, man. Yeah. The teaching of the '90s was different, man.
Yeah, it was.
When you go out and you do something, say for example, we had people they got in trouble. I remember how it got handled, like right there, then and there, and things like that. Do you think that's a big ass change from how it was then to like how it is now? Especially when we talking about training and we talking about bringing sailors. And I know, and I'm gonna say this, I'm part of the now too. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. But at the same time, man, I remember when I was coming up how I had a first class say, "Hey, I'm gonna teach you everything about damage control." Right? I got a time period. We had this thing on the ship, man. It was called School to Ship. Right? We took an hour every once a week or twice a week and say, okay, the whole ship shut down.
That's right.
I don't see stuff like that no more where sailors are a big deal or sailors in training and all that stuff, how it is. I mean, it could be in some places, but what's your thoughts on how it was back then and how it is
so for me, retired? But you speak on it, man, it gives me chills because I can remember growing up in the city, I never been fishing. Never. So I'm in Diego Garcia. We deployed there. And I might have been an airman or third class. And my chief and my LPO every day would take somebody out of the shop and take them fishing. So my first time going fishing was with my chief and my LPO. And I had a blast. So those type of lessons, and I have some bad chiefs, I did. But I had a lot of great ones. So I learned from them and for them to give me that wisdom and that knowledge. So I continue with that. And this is what I gave back, especially when I was on the Ford. You know, Friday come around, you get to have that speech about, you know, hey, don't do this, don't do that, be careful, blah, 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 blah. You know, the safety speech. But that's all my chiefs and senior chiefs had that conversation. I'm teaching about life skills, about investments, you know, stock market stuff. Teaching them this about life stuff because guess what? These are young sailors that's coming in. One that while they in the room, I got their attention. Let me talk to them about something that they need to learn that's going to help them and be beneficial for them later on in life. I'm talking to them. My second class is, hey, we got to advance. The first class is we got to advance. You know, those type of opportunities, I stayed with that because I got that when I was a young sailor. So I just keep pouring it into them because again, these are life skills. You know, I guarantee you're going to wake up one day and say, hey, I'm done. People don't want to recognize it and they don't want to accept it. But one day you're going to say, wow, I'm out of the military. What's next? Yeah. What's next? So to your question, man, I always just get back because that's how I was raised, in the military. They always gave us some sort of knowledge, some sort of they testing us all the time to make us great. to take their job. So it was always as easy for me to say, well, hey, that's how they train me, and I got to do the same thing. So I always think I learned, we used to say, stop saying, I had to, taking care of sailors. I learned to educate sailors, so they can take care of themselves, educate them so they can take care of themselves. So, but they grown. Like, come on now. Like, we got people, when you come to that gate, it's an 18-year-old female, with a gun on her hip. So, come on now. That ain't happening at your local Walmart. No. So let's treat them as as adults. Yeah, we all been 18, 20, 25, 30, and we went through stages in life until we grown. But you have to have the right people around those individuals, educating them so they can grow and be successful. Because one of them sailors right now in your command is going to be the next fleet master chief, whether you believe it or not.
Yeah, got to be responsible with that.
Yeah.
Got to be responsible with what we have. There's a weight to it.
Right?
I got a note somewhere, I wrote it, leaving my last command, and it says, make time to lead, right? Make time to lead, right? And I'm going to go nerd, right? So you put us in a room, right? Let's put me and you in a room, Damon, right? And we get it's an empty room, right? And we get a young seller and they tell us to lead that young seller, right? We ain't got shit to do but lead. We got enough time and opportunity to figure out ways to lead this seller, right? But now we need to figure out things to lead the seller with, right? So we need to start adding things to this room so we can show the seller like how to do this or how to do that, right? Then me and, my dumb ass might be like, all right, well, we need to like add this to this room. We need furniture. We need this. We need that. We need to bring a motor in here. We need to bring a ram fan in here. We need to do this to this. We bring a ram fan in here. Now the ram fan in here got criteria, like some type of inspection criteria, right? So now we got the ram fan in here. It's me and you. We teaching the seller how to use a ram fan. But now in order to teach the seller how to use the ram fan, we need criteria, right? So now I got to break off from mentoring and leading this seller and using a ram fan and create the criteria to help the seller use the ram fan, right? So now I've went away and created the criteria to help the seller use the ram fan. And now we at some point need a higher authority inspection criteria for this ram fan. And we need to assess how this seller uses this ram fan, right? So now in order to create the inspection criteria to assess how the seller uses the ram fan, you need to dip out from leading the seller so you could create the inspection criteria on how to use the ram fan. So at some point now, you're inspecting the seller how to use the ram fan, and I'm standing back and we watching this seller go use the ram fan. And then we create, let's add something new, right? Let's put a box fan in here, right? So now we got to do all that stuff with the box fan, and every time we doing all that stuff, and this is like super duper science labby, right? But I feel like this progression, right? Anything that you give a lot of time to, like anything you add a lot of time and life to, you take a lot of time away from the intimate portion of those things. It's my own opinion. So the Navy now, right? And we see it when we look and we see like mad programs that conflict with each other, right? Because everybody had a good idea to add an inspection criteria or bring a ram fan in here or do this or do that or do this, that. Honestly, we don't have time to just pause and be like, let me show you how to do this. Right. The deck plate, putting chiefs on deck plates, which I don't think is bad, but that takes chief out of going on that fishing trip and teaching that young seller how to be you tell somebody that, they're like, damn, that chief was ass. He was taking
right.
y'all fishing. Right.
But
that takes chief out of that position to do that. Don't nobody got enough time to lead. Right. So the reason why now we go back to the reason why I say make time to lead. I say make time to lead because we don't have the time. You have to make it. You have to prioritize leading, right? You got to get rid. It's something on your desk. It's shit on my desk right now that I left on I told my CEO today. I was like, all the shit that I started out with on my desk, I'm going to start out with on my desk tomorrow.
Yeah.
Why? Because I had to make time in a lot of different ways to do a lot of different things that had to do with leadership. The reason why we don't, in my opinion, the reason why we've graduated to like it not being what it was is because time and progression. and it ain't gonna do shit but continue to progress. So that's kind of like, that's my thought on it.
Like, that's right. That's exactly what it is, Damo. That's the conversation that I didn't have before also about with the timing thing, man. Like, it's so many things out there in the Navy right now that's pretty much doing the same damn thing, especially you out to sea. Right? You out to sea, you got several freaking inspection teams coming over to see the same damn thing over and over and over. The schedule of getting underway, the schedule of all these inspections are different now. But I do agree, Damo, 100%. And I don't just say it, I talk about it all the time also when it comes to, if you don't put it into that schedule, it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
If you do not schedule things, you got too much work to do, you will not get to it. It has to be built in. If it ain't built in, it ain't happening.
And let me give you another one, right? Because I love these type of, just like tech team now, right? we built ourselves out of leading. Like we've created so much, right? So I'm gonna give you my command. I'm at the ceremonial guard. It's two missions, right? But the primary mission of the ceremonial guard is funerals and ceremonies. That's the primary mission. So whenever the ceremonial guard was originally established, it was established a certain way, and it was established to do funerals and ceremonies.
Right.
Now it's 2025, and we saying that we need 28 more people in order to run the ceremonial guard, because it's a lot more things that we want to do, manage, and run, because the Navy has now grown and graduated to us.
Yeah.
Somebody came in and was like, y'all don't got a fucking mentorship program? Y'all don't have a sponsorship program? Y'all don't have a Keiko? Y'all don't have this? Y'all don't have that? No, we were built to do ceremonies.
Right.
You know, now we are no longer built to do ceremonies. It's a whole lot more we have to do. And that's every command you go to. That's why when we go to commands, I never went to a command yet. And I felt like I wasn't the first person there. Like, was everybody sleep at the wheel before I got here? You know what I mean? Like, what happened? And that's and the only reason why is because the new way that we think. So you get somewhere, you're like, damn, they ain't got this, they ain't got that. You're like, damn, they've been highway robbery for the last 35 years. Nah, they've been surviving. We come and add knowledge shit that, like, didn't y'all go through, you ever been to a command tie? You like, didn't y'all go through inspections before? Like, how'd y'all pass?
I think I got lucky. I really did. Yeah, I really think I got lucky with the teams that I had. Yeah, man, I think I just got lucky with the teams I had. And I think I just been blessed a lot. Yeah, that's why. I had some rough times in the Navy, but a lot of fun times. A lot of great fun times,
So I was an EM, and everywhere I went, I'm like, the tag out program. Remember, I came to this ship, baby. The ship you was on. Like, our maintenance wasn't built.
Wow.
We gotta go put all the ABTs on in SCAD. They not in SCAD, but all of them, not one of them. Not one automatic bus transfer.
I think both of them. I think combat thought we had it, and they thought they had it, and who thought nobody had it.
So like, where does that so that breakdown of leadership happens? It starts somewhere, but no one picks it up and say, "Oh, I own this failure."
Well, this command in particular, it was a pre-com. It was so it had just got commissioned, and I think it just got commissioned, and the right checks and balances wasn't done. And that's kind of what happened there. But when I got to this command, it was 6 months after she was commissioned. Now, when you pre-com in a ship, you're supposed to put everything into SCAD. Then,
yeah.
I get there 6 months after she commissioned, and ain't hardly shit in SCAD. You know what I mean? So it's a series of a bunch of things, irresponsible events that gets us there. Hey, Ty, so you gave 2, right? Can you round out, and I remember seeing this from you a lot. It was going out a lot. You gave 2 already. I think you gave 2. Can you round out your top 5 GOATs? And the names, they matter because they might be listening. But what I really want to know is what puts them there. Like, what puts them in your top 5? What qualities and stuff like that?
I'll give the first 2. Like I said, I go back with the first 2, Jeff Barlow and it's really no particular order, but people like order. They just in the 5. They should be blessed to say that I'm saying that they in my 5. Famous Harvey, he was AB Master Chief. This dude really taught me the essence of taking care of what taking care of sailors is about. He always says, like, hey man, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. Didn't have a lot, struggled, grew up, but I came here. Look at me now. I made it. So I always see him in DRBs trying to save like these young sailors, for whatever particular reason.
Yeah.
He like, man, they made a mistake. Like this is their first mistake. Let's just let it ride. I always see him standing up for the young sailors. So I always learned a lot from him about this being there for the sailors. Like he always a sailor type guy. Jeff Barlow, again, he's the politician. He's just like a military history buff dude. Like he just like to talk about leadership. This book, that book, this book. And, I would just sit up there with him and we'd be talking about this leadership stuff. So he actually was like a big help for my career. Another guy, Eric Tate. And these guys, all three of these guys I'm about to talk about right now, we was all in the Nassau together. Eric Tate was like, again, my first ship's company. I've been a chief now for at that point, 3 years. When it's 2007, first time coming on the ship, I didn't know the shipboard life at all. I was coming from a P3 squadron and they don't go on nobody's ship or nothing like that because the plane's too big. But my guy, Eric Tate, man, this dude, he would make sure that I knew the ship. On our duty days, we wasn't just sitting down in the mess. He like, nah, come on, let me teach you this. But this piping means that, but that means. He was like, I'm gonna show you, and this dude, he wouldn't even get paid for chief at the time. So that's why I believe some people, it's just in them. Some people just in them. And you can't take that away. He retired as chief. He definitely should have been a senior chief. But he actually taught me and walked me through stuff just to make sure I was straight on the ship. So I definitely always, and I never forget. We're still close to this day. Another guy, Reggie Graham, he was like AD senior chief, mech senior chief in the squadron. But this dude, like the highest qualification you can get in the squadron, aviation squadron, is safe for flight. And I'm training to get it, and I'm working up under him. I'm working up under him. For him to leave and let me be in charge while planes are in the air, that's not normal. I just felt like, wow, this dude trusts me to do that. And because it's not normal, but he knew like, okay, I know he knows this, so he good, And I'm a first class at the time, and he's a senior chief. So I learned so much from him on how to be a leader, how to handle business. And the dude, he was like intimidating, but he rarely screamed and yelled. He just was intimidating, and you just kind of respected him for that. So that's 4.
That was 4. Yeah.
4.
And while you about to get to 5, I just want to break. I just want to, don't it feel good to get empowered? That should just make you want to be responsible.
Yeah. Like, no, bro, trust me. You have no idea. When he left, he said, I'm about to go to the gym. I said, what? You leaving me in charge? Oh, yeah. I'm calling everybody on the radio. Hey, but it was just, again, the crew he left me with was A1. So I couldn't, but if something would have happened, I would have called him. He would have came back within a few minutes, but it just still, like you said, it just felt good to have that power, man. It just felt good especially doing that job. That 5th one is tight. And again, I had to go back to a match chief. She was named Kelly. She was tough, but I asked her to be my mentor because she checked me one time. When I just got to the ship, we in Rota, Spain, and I sound out in the Liberty log by myself. This lady waited for me to come back and said, "Oh, so you just sound out by yourself, huh? That's what you doing?" Like, I just like, oh, for real? Like, the shook. And from that point on, I asked her to be my mentor. And like, she was about her business. To the point when she was transferred, she went to the, what's that school up in Rhode Island? SEA. And she was one of the instructors up there. She wasn't mine, but she was one of the instructors. So you get that SEA question. And I'm like, oh man, she had my question. I'm like, man, she about to get me. That question when you standing on stage.
Yeah.
Impromptu
questions. And you can't tell me that you wasn't nervous because you like, what they gonna ask me? Like, what could they ask me? And she asked me a question. I'm thinking she about to hit me in the head with something. She said, well, what's your favorite ribbon? And I told her my first Sea Service deployment, because I had the most fun on my very first deployment, man. You talk about 19 years old, out the country, man, come on. Yeah. My friends in Philly would have no idea or understanding what that was like, in Australia, and Singapore, and Thailand, Japan, the Gulf, Bahrain, and I'm going back to these places, like just flying and touching down. And that was like, man, that was a ball. That was a ball, man. So yeah, so she was like my last round out, my last 5. Yeah. But there's a lot of other ones that I had on my team, man. Like definitely a lot. Definitely a lot.
Yeah. I saw that early in like the lifetime of At Ease, right? I saw that early in the lifetime of At Ease. Late in the lifetime of At Ease. So, I see that early, and I'm like, man, one day, I'm gonna get on At Ease podcast, right? So it's just one thing.
Yeah.
It's just like my Hall of Fame jacket. Like one day, right?
One day, man.
So one day I'm gonna get on At Ease podcast. So I listened to the last episode, and then I'm like, damn, it's gonna take some work, So your last episode, you got Ashley Adams on there.
Yeah. And she a beast, man.
Y'all heard this episode? Have y'all heard this episode with Ashley Adams?
She a beast, man.
Yeah, I listened to some of the clips. I ran some of the clips on it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, she a beast, man. So y'all gotta talk with her. Trust me, y'all gotta talk with her.
Listen, man, I want to, but I'll be trying to give it some. I was ready to call her mid-episode, like, yo, we need to board, but I'm like, let me give it some time. But she got 11 kids, right?
Bro, she like that. Yeah, with 11 piece. Yeah, she like that though.
She's a beast, right?
Yeah, bro, 11. Yeah.
Hey, y'all, she's a beast. And she's doing all this. She doing, for the listeners, check out that episode, right? Please go to At Ease and check out that episode with Ashley Adams. She's a beast. Yeah. But the way she talk, y'all.
Oh, man.
She talk like she just stumbled across life. Bro. Like it ain't shit. Like
I swear, man, that's what it seemed like. Like she just like, oh, I'm here.
Yeah.
And I'm figuring it out. Like, because she got a hell of a story, man, like an upbringing. Like, this girl got booked. Like, she got a mugshot and everything, and just turned her life around, just joined the Navy and kill it. But like, I told her, like, off camera, I said, your vision of where you about to go, I always tell people that, hey, stay in as long as you can. The benefits are great. But what you doing right now, when you get to 20, just go ahead and call it quits. Because you on a path of, bro, y'all got to get her. Yeah. Get her now so you can get her back when she blow up.
We should.
Oh, my God, bro, man. She'll never love
grassroots, like giving clothes to people who need them and starting. I already didn't use some terminology from her called mom deaf or whatever. I started using that. So shout out to Ashley Adams, and we'll hit her up. I'll be trying to give it some time, let it linger, let y'all linger for a little bit.
Yeah, I got you.
Hit her back.
But she's solid.
I was ready to talk to her.
Yeah, she's solid.
She need to come on.
Yeah.
Hey, so I gotta do like my bad AP do, right? This the moment in the pod where we ask you, what's your legendary moment? When things started to click, when you started to fulfill your purpose. I know the whole.
Yeah, the whole line. Yeah,
yeah. So, what's yours?
Mine was when I was in VP 45. I just left instructor duty. I checked into command of the second class. And at the time, the squadron, I connected with one of my friends. We was out in Cali in Moffett Field. This was in 90. Him and I was together in 91. And then we connected. We haven't seen each other in 9 years and seen each other in Jacksonville and got excited. Like, oh my God, it's you. We ain't seen each other forever. We ain't had no cell phones back then, no pages or nothing like that. Connected with him, around my friends, having a good time. And we young, riding motorcycles. I'm in Jacksonville, Florida, going to Daytona. But I'm taking care of my business at work. But when we off work, we have a good time. We having a good time. I was a GO, young GO. Yeah, I'm a young GO. Family in South Carolina. So majority of the time I'm going back and forth on the weekends in South Carolina. But I'm grinding. I never had no sale of the quarter, sale of the year. I made sale of the month once. And I never forget this. This is October 2000. And I make sale of the month, and like maybe a week or two after that, I get locked up. Right. So I get into a fight over in Sigonella, Sicily. Me and one of my other homies get locked up. And this is where I knew like the Chiefs are real strong. Like they strong. And I'm a second class at this time. My chief, he just made chief, but he was that dude. He was that dude. He says, so he came and picked me up. He said, hey man, I see you on Monday. This was Friday night. He said, man, I see you on Monday. We'll deal with it. But I came to work on that Saturday because we was on deployment. And my maintenance match chief said, Elvis, it ain't looking good for you. I said, damn. Like, damn. Like, why he? Because you know he's that dude. Like he the man. He's our. That's the dude. That you listen to him. He said that, but that never came back up. My chief said, "Hey, maybe a week went by." He said, "Man, just cover your ass next time and don't do that dumb shit." And that was it. Never got in trouble. Nothing happened. Never went to mass, DRB, or anything. And I made first class a week after that. Yeah, so I make first class. Again, I'm still hanging out with my friends because we kind of the same age, but it was like my age group. Then I had some old heads. So I'm going back to what you was talking about earlier, having them old heads as first classes. That's like, hey, you need to do this. You need to be doing this. You need to be working on this. So one guy, and him and I have been knowing each other since '93. And again, this is 2000. At this point, it's like 2000, 2001, 2002. He was 10 years older than me. He is 10 years older than me. He said, hey, man, they're your boys. I got it. But you need to start focusing on taking care of your business here, taking care of your business, doing your thing. So I'm getting educated from him, but I'm still hanging out with my friends, having a good time, partying, doing what we do, running the streets of Jacksonville. But he really got a hold of me and said, hey, you got to buckle down and get your stuff so you can make chief. So I'm listening to him, following him, doing what I need to do. And that's where the guy, Reggie Graham, who was in my top 5 as well, educating me and pushing me to make chief. And boom, I make chief first time up. But that was my moment of like, oh, it's on now. Like, it's on. Oh, it's on. Like, I made chief. And it's like, oh, like, I'm a 12-year chief. Taking this command as a second class, and now I'm a chief. But my friends, they still here. The ones I was a second class with, you know, they still here. So it's hard. Now I had to finish out the whole deployment. And after that, I transferred, thank God, because I'm used to my friends and not the new chiefs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the legendary moment comes in like, damn, I'm supposed to be rocking with these dudes now because I'm in the mess with them. But all my circle, close friends are the second classes and first classes. So I didn't really understand too much of the difference. Because again, back then, this is 2003. Yeah, 2003. I didn't learn a lot. But now here comes a legendary moment. I go to shore duty, didn't learn a lot there. But when I get to the Nassau, that's when it's like all that stuff I went through, all that stuff I learned, the troubles, you know, not getting in trouble as a chief, but just not understanding things as a chief. You know, I'm not using the chief's mess resources effectively like they are. But there's some great chiefs inside there. You know, I shouldn't have to say, oh yeah, you're my mentor, but you seeking me out. I should be coming to you. That's where I didn't understand. And once I picked it up and started getting it, it's like, and some people say, oh yeah, you'll get it within a year. It took me 3 years. So my legendary moment is when I really understood that 3 year, really, no. When I made Senior Chief in 2010, it took me 7 years to have my legendary moment when I figured all that stuff out, like how to put that stuff all together. Listen to those Master Chiefs and you can't lose. That's the win-win. That's the win-win. if you listening to what they putting out and what they talking about, you can't lose. You know, so it was just encompassing all of that, the understanding of what being a chief is about. And once I got that, man, I got so many stories, I apologize, but I was really supposed to go to the Enterprise and not the Nassau. But the Nassau was undermanned, so they did an org mine, and I was pissed. I was like, nah, I was supposed to, because my detailer was going to the Enterprise. I was like, nah, I'm supposed to be going there. I'm supposed to be going there. Y'all tripping. But going to the Nassau was the best career decision for me being the chief petty officer. So that's my really legendary moment, going to that command, because they taught me how to be a chief. They taught me how to be a chief. You couldn't escape because it was too many. They had too many great chiefs around there. Too many.
Yeah.
Too many. You name it. Ops, C5I, down in Supply. Like, they were everywhere. Everywhere. So it's just, once I figured out how the Chiefs thing worked, it was game on. So that's like a legendary moment for me, man. Like, just figuring that piece out.
Yeah. And it's magic when it clicked. It's magic when it clicked.
Bro.
Magic. It don't feel like I was Damon was there, but my whole division was under investigation. Right. And in the first couple days, dude, I didn't even want to eat. You know what I mean? My name was tied up in it too.
Yeah.
But in the first couple days of this, and I give bits and pieces of this story pretty often in the pod, but I wasn't even going in a mess to eat. Like, and it was one of those mess where they gonna call you out. You know, they gonna tell you about yourself. And I was kind of new. It was my first year as a chief. And I'm like, man, it took me 2 days to go in there and eat. 2 fucking days. You know, I'll be in my office, tool issue, starving.
Really?
I wouldn't eat. We was underway and stuff. So one day, I would get in there in the wee hours because I wake up before everybody or something. But one day I finally went back in there, man. And I kind of knew the mess at this time to be like, you think about like shows like Seinfeld and you got your characters and, you know, and that's kind of how I have viewed the mess. I'm kind of young, new, maneuvering. It's different senior chiefs, just everybody is their own kind of character and they bring something, and I'm depressing and I don't know if Damon, I don't know if anybody ever knew this whole full story, but I'm kind of like just putting myself through the ringer by myself. After going through the season and learning everything and all that, I'm like, I don't want them to see this or like, I don't want to hear nothing. Boom, boom, boom. Dude, I go in the mess after 2 days, man. I walk in there and it was so much love in there, man. And the person that's in there talking shit, like Angelo, shout out to Angelo Taylor. Angelo's in there. Hold on.
Angelo
Taylor.
Taylor. I know.
Everybody know that. Yeah,
I know. Yeah.
Angelo in there talking shit. Angelo in there doing what Angelo do, talking shit. Cobb in there doing Cobb. Everybody in there being who they are. And like, it just felt like I was like overcome. Nobody knows this part of the story because it was something I was dealing with internally. But I was overcome with like emotion, like, damn, like this is where I should have been from the first day this shit happened. Like these people are going to take care of me through this. And they did. And I got caught out for stuff. I got pulled in for stuff. My CMC, like it was love, and I appreciated that moment, man. But I was running away from the place I needed to be for 2 days, yo.
There you go.
When that shit clicked, it was magical, bro.
It feels so good.
Yeah.
It feels good.
Hey,
you chiefing on a different level. You chiefing on a different level at that point.
Hey, that mess was legendary too, though. That our mess on there was legendary, man. It was good. It was good.
Made me.
Hey, I want to talk real quick about my moment. Really wasn't, man. Look, I've been in. I always cared. It was just in me, man. I always cared about sailors. Always a go-getter. Always that's who I am, man. That's just always who I've been, right? But my moment came, man, at first class, man. I was at Captain's Mast, man. And I'm staying up there after probably ranked number 2 at the command. Shit don't stink. But I always had that level. I get to a command, I just work my way to the top, right? That's
right.
how I always been. And I'm standing in front of the captain we flooded out an engine, right? So I flooded out the engine, but it was my division. I didn't per se had anything to do with it, but it was my division and my maintenance and my stuff, and I'm the LPO, right? So we get there, man. We up there, and the captain tells me, "Hey, you a great sailor. You this, you that. But I know you wouldn't be led blindly." Bro, those words stuck with me so hardcore, man. Like, pretty much he was telling me, man, I should have had the safety brief done. I should have did all the safeties and all these things, put all these things in place before I let my sailors go out there. That's kind of how I took it, man.
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't be led blindly. And I remember the moment. I remember this dude, right now, this dude standing in front of me. And I remember that just because I was always doing the right thing. I was one of those sailors, man. Always doing the right thing, always on time, always there early, staying late. I was always that guy. But when I was standing in front of the captain and getting my ass shoot out in trouble, it just hit me different, man.
Yeah.
It different, man. Like, you could be doing all these things, man, and it can take one time, man, that can set you back a long way. So you got to always be on your shit, man. Like, always, man. So.
Yeah, that's dope, man. That's a dope story.
For the record, I want to say that wasn't my legendary moment, but that was the moment that the mess clicked, just to make sure that that's
right.
Oh yeah.
Since we talking legendary moments, hey, this is for you, Ty. This hero of the week right here that I have, it's for you, bro. So our hero of the week is John William Finn, right? John Finn retired at the rank of lieutenant, but at the time of the action, was a chief, right?
Yeah.
Not just a chief, aviation chief ordnance man, right? So I'm gonna go through the citation real quick. So the Medal of Honor action date is December 7th, 1941. Citation for John Finn is for extraordinary heroism, distinguished service, and devotion above and beyond a call of duty. During the first attack by Japanese airplanes on the Naval Air Station Kaneohe Bay on December 7th, 1941, then ACOM Finn promptly secured and manned a 50 caliber machine gun mounted on an instruction stand in a completely exposed section of the parking ramp, which was under heavy enemy gun strafing fire. Although painfully wounded many times, he continued to man this gun and to return the enemy's fire vigorously and with telling effect throughout the enemy strafing and bombing attacks, and with complete disregard for his own personal safety. It was only by specific orders that he was persuaded to leave his post to seek medical attention. Following first aid treatment, although obviously suffering much pain and moving with great difficulty, he returned to the squadron area and actively supervised the rearming of returning planes. His extraordinary heroism and conduct in this action were in keeping with the highest traditions of the U.S. Navy service. Some of the things that it doesn't say in here, just, for the record, and I'm sure some of y'all know, he wasn't there. Like, he drove back to base, manned this gun, and started shooting at planes, right? That's one of the things. He's been depicted, John Finn has been depicted in a few movies, Tora Tora Tora, the Pearl Harbor movie, which I don't think was his favorite. He died at 100. So he got this award like a year after he got his Medal of Honor, a year after his actions. Died at 100, retired as a lieutenant, and we named, actually me and Damon's sister ship when we was on 115. We named the Finn after him. So USS John Finn DDG 113. So our hero of the week this week is John Finn.
There you go.
And I'm sure y'all talked through that a lot, huh, Ty?
Yeah, we did. Just being AOs, man, he just a legend. Rest in heaven to him. He just a legend in the AO community. So, during every season, people bring it up. I guess they mess with the selects about it, but yeah, he definitely was a hero. I mean, in Kaneohe Bay, I was not too far from that base on Barbers Point, Hawaii. So it's all in that same area. So yeah, you when you was out there, you kind of seen the stuff, and so yeah, that was dope, man. Just an AO getting that type of recognition. That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, that's next level stuff.
AO? Is he still the only AO Medal of Honor recipient?
I believe so. So. Yeah, I believe so. One of them historians probably correct me. I can't remember what I did yesterday, so I'm retired. That's what I tell people.
Hey, what I wanted to ask you though was coming out of Philly like that. We got a prideful city, right? We always think. I think we got the best neo soul. I think we got the best rappers, right? So we got a really prideful. I think we got the best boxers.
No doubt about that. Yeah. Yeah.
So coming out of Philly, I'm assuming you had that Philly. No matter how it looked, I'm assuming you had that Philly pride.
Yeah, it's like, it's swag, man. You know, I come from that grew up there my whole life, you know, from 72 to I was 1990. So just being in that era, you know, we call it the crack era, whatever you want to call it. You know, I was a graffiti artist, you know, did all of that stuff. That was in the streets, did that stuff.
Yeah.
But it helped raise me. You know, I have no regrets. I have no like, oh wow, I grew up bad or grew up this way. Nah, my mom works hard, you know, to make sure that we were good. But it ain't easy. But this joining the military, I realized no matter where you come from, everybody had it tough, you know. But we love where we come from. But one thing for certain, I'm not moving back there, you know. So I say I'm gonna start telling people I'm from VA. I've been here longer than I was in Philly, you know. But you know, this Philly is where I'm from, and I love it, man. Like I go back, see my family, and but I'm not moving back. I could never move back.
Yeah. Nah. Did it impact your entrance into the Navy at all? Did being from Philly?
Yeah. It did. Well, my best friend I grew up with, he joined the Navy maybe like 6 months before me. I was supposed to go to the Coast Guard, but he was like, "Oh yeah, man, boot camp wasn't that bad." So I said, "Really?" So I said, "All right, I'll go. I'll just go to the Navy then." I swapped from the Coast Guard to the Navy. But like they had back then, they had a shipyard in Philly. But Philly, like the Navy wasn't big like that. Like nobody was focused on the Navy like that. You had to have somebody, a friend or somebody in the family that was in the service or something like that for you to be like, "Oh yeah, let me jump in to do that." Because my best friend, his brother was on subs, and that's why he joined. And I joined the Navy because of him. He said boot camp was easy, so it might have been easy for him, but they had me doing some work in there, some extra work that I wasn't cool with. But nah, man, it was all good. But it's my upbringing kind of had me set up good for boot camp. Let me say that. Like it prepared me. You know, it prepared me. There's probably only one school that challenged me the most physically was Sear School when I had to go through that. The best, I'll be talking about school. The best school I ever went to was a legalman school, though. Everybody there with the SCA. You ever never taken? I'm sure you have taken that legalman course. It's like a 5-day course. It's so much that I learned that I think that they should implement that during chief season. This legalman course, because it's oh man, you have a different perspective on how you even do DRBs. Like it's like it's a really helpful course. But yeah, man, just growing up in Philly, it was different. It was different. Like we didn't want to be New York, even though we took a lot of style from New York and a lot of things, but we created our own style. And that's what helps me do the things I do today, because just being creative in that space back then, it kind of just sticks with me now, and kind of just guided me through the Navy. So again, I couldn't go back home. I couldn't.
Yeah, no. Yeah, that was my motivation. That was my journey too.
Home, man.
Like my first 2 years, there was a lot of drama, like still happening from home, like a lot of holdover. Like one of the boys I grew up with got murdered middle of the street, man. You know, his mom, he got shot up. His mom trying to give him CPR. I'm like, you know, just stuff like that. He shot up middle of the street. Mom beating on his chest trying to give him CPR. One of my boys, man. You know, just all that type of stuff, you know, drama with the neighbor. It was just too much. I'm like, too much. I never want to come back.
You never want to go back. Yeah.
You know,
like it is. But last time I was home, this was during like the Norfolk State and Delaware State game with Vic and Deshaun Jackson. So I took a picture by a fire hydrant. Now, if you're from Philly and probably New York, you understand the importance of fire hydrants growing up and what they brought to the neighborhoods. Us playing outside, doing a lot of things. And it just had a moment, man, like, wow, I grew up right here, you know, and now it's different. You know, the fire hydrant's still here, but the same people are gone that I grew up with, they're gone. But that same fire hydrant is right there. So it's just those moments at times, man, like you said, you just coming back and touching base and like, okay, I had enough. Now it's time for me to go. You know, so yeah, man, I love it. I love Philly sports, and I love the whole thing about it. So.
Yeah, and it ain't hard to feel like you came a long way from Philly. Like you could
Yeah.
have left from in the neighborhood I grew up in South
Mhm.
Philly. It wasn't hard to feel like after 6 months of being in the Navy that I came a long way. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I'm
Yeah.
not here no more. It was a shout out to my mom who's probably listening. It was a short stretch of time that like
Mhm.
we would Google Earth my block so I could show people the block.
Yeah.
My mom was outside on Google Earth every time.
Good time. Yeah.
With like a different outfit on. Like, I'm like, I'm Googling Earth, right? I'm
Right,
Googling Earth,
right.
right? And I'm like, yo, here go my block. And I'm like, oh shit,
Yeah.
that's my mom. And, you know, and remember you could go back another year, like 20. I'm like, yo, she there.
And she's still out there again.
Yeah, that's just, I mean, and that's just Philly, man. You know,
Yeah.
and that block was small. It was a lot of love on that block.
That's
You
right.
know, it was a lot of love
That's
on
right.
that block. A lot of people died. Different, and then we had the mob, right? We had
Mhm.
I grew up in South Philly, so we had the South Philly mob.
Mob,
So we
yeah,
had some
yeah.
mob offshoots, you know, in my neighborhood. West Philly had the projects and different.
Projects.
It was
Mhm.
a lot of black gangster groups there,
But
black
yeah,
mafias and stuff like that.
Yeah. Like JBM started out there back
Yep.
then and on that day. And that was
Bucky.
like my era, Bucky and all them dudes. Like, yeah. It was crazy, man. Like I said, it was fun. It was fun, but I knew it was like, ooh, it's too much going on. It's too much going on. So, and I had a daughter in high school, so it was just like, I gotta do something. I gotta do, because this right here, it's too easy. And it's hard because that lifestyle and the money was great. As a young teenager, you gotta understand this. This is a young teenager. And how you walk away from it at that age is tough. It's tough. It's a tough decision. But I'm thinking like, wow, now my daughter's here, so that's my responsibility. That's all I knew. And I knew I couldn't continue to live that life. So I had to move on and say, I gotta get a job and do something right. And, you know, it all worked out. It really all worked out, man.
Yeah, and you see it sometime, right? We used to play in Kensington. Like my stepmom, my stepmom moved to Kensington. We used to play out there.
Yeah,
you know. Now you
that's
see
terrible.
it like, damn,
it's zombie land, man.
Yeah, and we used to do. We was young teenagers growing up in Philly. We used to do the other things too. But in playing in Kensington, like it's like, man, it's like you imagine if I would have stayed out here. You know what I mean? I want to go to a segment of ours because I'm like we are in Philly, but so we got a segment. It's called Do Better.
Okay.
Right. And in our Do Better segment, it could be anything, man. It could be Navy now. A lot of people Navy, and a lot of retired Navy don't like kind of criticizing Navy now. I heard two McPons ago, like, don't ask me no questions about the Navy right now, you know, on the podcast. But it could be the vet world. It could be just society as a whole. But it's just what's something that you think could be getting done better, or something, you know, somebody that could do better, you know, however, you know, what's something that could be better
right now. And again, this is my initiative, but that's what I want to do. Preparing y'all active duty people for retirement, because it's so real, man. Like I can't express it. The strongest people that you thought were strong, they struggling. And these people that we know, you know, it's not like they put a good facade on, you know, but they really struggling mentally. So that's why I just kind of do what I do. And again, it's a GOAT like a Hall of Fame association for a reason, so we can stay connected. Y'all can keep in touch. Hey, you good? You straight? You know, as you start to hit, you know, your late 40s, 50s, people that you close to are going to start dropping off. You know, it's cats that I see on Facebook, you know, talking young, they in their 40s, you know, early 50s, talking about they got a stroke. You know, it's so much that we deal with because the weight of the pressure that's on us when we active, it ain't easy turning it off when you retire. That it's not easy, especially if you're a go-getter. If you're a go-getter, if you're about that work, getting up every day like, oh, I know yesterday was bad, but today's going to be a better day. And you keep saying that over and over and over. It's like you had bad days, but you ignored them because you felt like, I can't show weakness. I can't show that I'm that I'm having a moment. I can't show that I'm dealing with something because guess what? I'm the CMC. Well, you got feelings too. You got feelings too. Understand that, you know, there's some CMCs that retired well before you and they dealing with some stuff. So again, I want us to be able to help connect that bridge, going back to that, of making that transition a whole lot easier, a whole lot less stressful. Because now you at home. It ain't no, we got to get underway. It ain't no, we doing workups. You at home. Are you mentally prepared to be at home? You know, or I got to rush out and go get a job. To pick up, you know, I retire on a Friday. I start this new job on a Monday. Yo, take a break. Pause. Reset. Because what you're experiencing now is totally different. You know, you're going to start looking at civilians like, oh man, they lazy. They've been doing what they doing. It's because we got a whole lot of, it's like you said earlier, oh, I got a stack of folders, but you know you had to do some other stuff. But you know you're going to take care of them folders though. Them folders going to get taken care of before the deadline. I know that. So it's just like we're prioritizing because we're trying to like keep this, we just gone, and we never take a break. When you take leave, you still working. You're still working. Because you're looking at your phone, you checking this and checking that. It's like you never off.
Yeah.
You know? So again, just trying to make sure we can help transition the people, you know, because it's a lot, man. And it's not easy. It's not easy. Just to help with that transition and make a better life for you. Retirement is great. It's beautiful. Trust me, it is beautiful. If you take care of your finances early, you have a better retirement. You know, for me, I can say if you don't have any kids, all them going out the house, you can take your retirement check and you get some disability money and you still living just like the way you're living right now as a master chief. You know, but you got to handle your business. You know, people don't handle their business like, oh, this is my retirement card. What? You know how many cars you're going to probably have before you die? Like you retired, you might be 48. You might you get another car when you're in your 60s, or whatever. But plan for those things. Just don't say, oh, this is my retirement car. I'm not knocking. People do whatever they want to do with their money. And that's another conversation because if you don't take care of your money and spend your money, your kids will take it and do all kind of crazy stuff with it. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. So if you got stuff saved and invested, that's another, again, I could talk about that too, but just that crossing that bridge, man, is so important for us. It's so important for us that we have a smooth transition because again, anxiety and depression will kick in. And sometimes you're going to be like, what am I doing? You know, it's Wednesday. What's going on? Like, yeah, man, just relax and chill. You know, it's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. You always got to check on the vet, man. You always got to check on the vet. Hey, I'm just calling or I'm just texting. Hey, you good? Hey, did you go take care of that colonoscopy? Hey, did you take care of that? You got to remind people to do these things because these are health. These are health. It's our health. We always go strong when we going out of medical. We do our PHA. Oh yeah, we good. I'm good. You really got some stuff going on that you really not documenting. And stop cheating yourself on that stuff. You know, stop cheating yourself on it. Take care of you. We are always taking care of everyone else. Take a pause and take care of you. You have to. You have to. I'm telling you, when you get out, it ain't the same. You ain't getting no medical appointment right away. Don't think that. Them days are over with. Don't think you're going to get a medical appointment right away or a dental appointment or whatever. You waiting months to get an appointment for something that they're going to tell you to go to urgent care. You know, so again, those things have to be educated to us, taught to us, so we can have a better transition out the door and try to minimize as much mental health as we can. I can go deep on it, man, because it's yeah.
It's a lot. I mean, but it's kind of like the core of what you do. Period. So it's everything you do. You know.
Yeah.
It's your framework. You know. My other thing is that we do this thing is called Pick of the Week, right? Where it used to be Book of the Week, but we changed it to Pick of the Week, where it's just something that might have for you. You know, normally for us, it's a recent thing, right? Something we just read, something we just kind of saw. But for you, I'm thinking legacy things. Like what's either a book or a movie you watched or article you read that meant like a whole lot and might have caused a positive diversion in your path as you kind of on your climb?
My passion right now is just talking to people, retired chiefs, man. Like I'm learning so much. I listen to a lot of podcasts, while I'm working at the gym and all that type of stuff. So that's fairly easy. I'm reading a book right now about vets, about retiring and what does it take. I'm reading on that. But my main thing is talking to chiefs and making sure that they're good. I can't emphasize it enough, man. And y'all know what I'm talking about. Like we talked about, one day it's going to hit you about being a chief.
Yeah.
This is going to hit you too. So talking to chiefs actually is like therapeutic for me at the same time. And at the same time, I'm helping others, talk through some things and get through some things. So that's the most important thing to me.
I got it. Hey, pick of the week. At Ease podcast. That's pretty much what the pick of the week is.
Yeah.
Go check it out, man. Listen to some really. So you guys do At Ease. We do this. We do Permission to Speak Freely. And for the listeners, this ain't like our first time knowing who each other is.
No.
We've been paying each other attention for a while. But what I want to say is, I want to ask you about growth without trying to go crazy on the internet, right? So when I listen to like y'all podcasts, it's just these organic conversations that flow naturally. You just having a conversation, right? And we try our best to do the same thing. Every now and then we sniff out a moment that might be golden, right? And now we got to find that moment, push it, use it, boom. And that's because that's how you grow your podcast, because you have a goal for more people to listen, because you got a mission statement, right? You want people to listen because you want to help them and you want to, get this information out. But how hard is it in this climate of like crash outs for attention and stuff like that to stay pure like that?
Yeah. So it's tough, man. Like, and y'all know this. I tell people all the time, it's easy. Like I look at my Facebook friends. Let me say that. I got well over 1,000 Facebook friends. So why don't I have 1,000 subscribers?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you sitting there trying to wonder, like, did I piss somebody off? But if I'm in it, because I want the subscribers to really listen to what we're talking about. I just don't want you to subscribe because it's cool if it's that. But it's like, I want you to listen because it's a message in what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Like Jay-Z always says, $1 million a game, $1 million worth of game for $9.99. But this is free. This costs you, this costs you nothing. So I guess you pay me no mind, but it's fine. But it's just like, what I'm trying to give y'all, because I was doing it in the Navy, and again, probably on the forward, it's like my major legendary moment when I was sitting there like, wow, we selecting all these chiefs, senior chiefs, master chiefs out of this one department. We killing it, because they listening to what I'm saying. They doing what I'm saying. Like, this guy got a blueprint that's killing it. I'm getting people send me evals, look at their evals and make sure that is it written right, blah, 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 blah. So it's like, I just want to be able to give back, to educate, to make sure like we just keep it going. And I guess it's just passion. It's just passion, man. It's just passion. Yeah.
I just know.
Yeah, it's just passion, man.
Yeah, I just know it gotta be, just
it's
tough sometimes, because we competing against outrage marketing. You competing against people like using internet tactics to go viral and like figuring out, hey, if you want to go viral,
so many fake like headlines. Oh, if I say the Navy just shot somebody, this that title, people will click on it. So those clickbait type things, but it's like, it's hard But it's hard. But as long as you keep it authentic and we keep it what we doing, I'm fine. I'm fine. Yeah. I'm fine.
I love it, man. And the way I look at it is the way I looked at this podcast is like, hey, we're going to give you authentically every moment of us that we give you.
Mhm.
And if you stay with us, that means you with us. You know, so if you leave because you caught a moment and then you're like, oh man, they went viral for this. And then you get in there and then you're like, this ain't what, you know, I was checking for.
Right.
You wasn't for us. You wasn't for us. You know, we're going to start off, we're going to talk about ourselves. We're going to talk about like what we went through, like our weeks, how we doing, because we feel like that's therapeutic and other people need to hear that shit too. And then we going to get in the, you know, I remember we had a guest on and I think we had a guest on and I probably went on like a 20-minute rant before we asked the guest one question, right?
Yeah.
But the guest cared about the rant. You know, the guest was a part of the rant, but I went on a rant. So somebody in the comments was like, what type of fucking thing are they running where they have a guest on and don't let him talk for the first 20? Now, this was damn near 3 hours. This was damn near a 3 hour episode.
Yeah.
So he talked for 2 hours and 40 minutes after that.
Yeah.
But my rant came first. It's our show. You know what I mean?
Right.
And the guest was into it. But another thing about it is that person that tuned in, they only tuned in for the guest. You know?
They were there for the guest. And
they never listened to us before. I can tell.
I got you.
You know, so you only tuned in for the guest. So you can fast forward that 20 minutes. But we don't need you here. You know, I'm not doing things to keep people that don't want to be. It's like the Clips, when the Clips album that came out this year, Miles and Pusha, they like, if you don't want to listen to us, we ain't make the music for you.
We ain't make it for you. This ain't for you. Yeah. But
that's what I appreciate about At Ease.
And it's sad because, again, the information we putting out is needed. That's all. But long as somebody get it, and it's always there. It's always there. It's always there.
And that's
but
how
keep doing what y'all doing, though. But keep doing what y'all doing, man. Stay authentic because it's gonna come. It's gonna come.
Yeah.
And doing this right here, the collabs, and doing this kind of stuff, it helps. It grows, man. If it's somebody else in the game doing it like us, hey, we got to collab with them too, and making sure everybody eat.
Yeah,
get the word out.
It's a ecosystem.
Yeah.
You know? And we've been shooing away a lot of. I don't want to get like we shoo away a lot of things now because for a lot of reasons. But one is we all still active. Like all of us still active, so we got to be careful.
And that's hard. And that's hard. What you put out, what you saying. So that's why I can say some things because I'm retired. You know, but
I can't wait, man.
Nah. Yeah. And I stay away from that as much as possible because I'm like, I ain't got time to be entertaining people's negative opinions or killing. They like caring. Like the thing, it's just people that you serve with. Right now, what's going on in the state, in the country or whatever. Excuse me. And people like, man, I thought they were cool, but they rocking with this or somebody got a problem with that. It's like, hey, man, let people follow who they want to follow. If it's not hurting you or damaging you, you good. Like, leave that negative stuff alone. Like, you got other things to deal with and worry about. Like, we talking about politics. Like, you ain't going out there. If you go out there marching, what we doing? What we gonna do? But that's another conversation. But you be shocked at the people that you serve with. You gonna like, well, I thought the way you were talking, like it was cool, but it happens, man. But I just look at them and be like, hey, man, go ahead. And if I don't want to see it, I think you delete yourself from it, whatever how you do it. I'm not even a social media guy, but
I be muting. I mute conversations now.
Yeah, man. Like you just
I'm muting.
Man, I don't need
Drake
that
off
energy.
Twitter. I don't want to see Drake's name on Twitter.
Yeah, like you don't need that energy, man. It's too many things going on to be dealing with that foolishness. It's unnecessary. But yeah, for y'all, stay with y'all, man. And keep doing y'all thing, man. Keep doing y'all thing.
If somebody looking to get into anything you got going on, right? First, what's the rundown of everything you got going on? And then two, where can they find everything at?
For GLHOF Hall of Fame, the website, hopefully it should be done by the end of this month. It should have been done already, but I keep adding and taking away stuff. But it'd be www.GLHOFHallOfFame.com. On Facebook, it's Go Like a Hall of Fame page, but you have to be a part of an associate member, or you have to be a member to be a part of that page. At Ease, it's on YouTube, At Ease Podcast. It's another At Ease podcast out there as well, but you'll see the difference. And that guy's actually an officer. I forgot what service he was at, but you'll see the difference with us. You'll see us up there.
He the op.
Nah, hey, man, let him live. Let him live, man. Let him live. Let him live. It's enough out there for everybody. It's enough out there for everybody. I wholeheartedly believe that. Yeah, man. I ain't got time for negative energy, man. Peace and profit. That's it. But yeah, Instagram, At Ease Podcast, and At Ease Podcast, Go Like a Hall of GLHOF 1893 on Instagram as well. So again, man, like, hey, I can't wait till y'all brothers retire so we can get y'all in there, be a part of this movement.
Damon, you doing 32? Right?
Yeah, I'm probably doing about 32. Yeah.
Dang,
when you saying 30, you saying 30?
I'm probably doing
32.
32.
32 years.
Yeah, 32 years. Yeah. 32 years.
Yeah.
Probably do about 32 years, man. I'm 27 right now. This is my first tour at CMC, so I'm probably gonna do 2 tours.
Two tours? Yeah,
probably 2 tours.
Yeah, make sure you set yourself up right too for that, because it's like, hey, when it's time to retire, man, it's time to retire.
Yeah,
I'm at 18, Ty.
You had 18 years?
Yeah.
Whew.
He got a long ways to go,
he
man.
Got some ways to go. But take care of your business.
Yeah,
take care of your business, man.
I know exactly what you mean.
Take care of your business, man. Yeah. Take care of your business. 30 years is fun, man. Like I tell anybody that, like, but if you want to do 20, just get 20. Get 20 and get a pension. Like, get something for the rest of your life. But if you're getting out at 20, have a plan to what you're going to do after that. But you should already be preparing and working on that plan at your 10-year mark. Every time, as soon as anybody hit after 10 years, you should be working on your exit plan. Because guess what? They're going to get rid of you. They're going to get rid of you because your relief just checked in. I'm telling you, take care of your business. After your 10-year mark, you got to start focusing on taking care of you. You have to. Yeah,
so before we get out here, I got one question, and then I'm finna give you some flowers. But our first question is, man, have you broke out Shanae, man? Shanae Jenkins, man?
Hey, man, they staying off my squad right now. So it's all these Cowboys haters out there. I don't know why. And again, I don't bother nobody. I stay in my lane. We 8-2. We going back to the Super Bowl. I don't have to argue with people about what my team is doing. Yeah, we got some issues. Who don't? Who don't? But nobody want to see us right now. They don't. They do all the talking. I don't even entertain them no more because I'm winning. I don't got to talk to them. I say, I ain't got to talk to y'all. Yeah. I'm winning. I ain't got to entertain you. I'm winning.
Hey, man, that's the same thing. Believe it or not, man, it's the same thing old Stephen A. said, man. He said, I ain't got a whole lot to say because, you know what I mean? They winning. You know what I mean? They winning. Like, what can you, I mean, they winning. It can be ugly. It can be however you want it, but it's a win. It's a W.
It's a win.
Man.
It's a win.
Hey, also, man.
No, before. No,
what are you talking about, bro?
Because you watch SportsCenter all day, don't you?
All day, all night, whatever. Yeah, I'm a sports guy, man.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you.
And you love Stephen A., right?
Yeah.
What's up with him, yo? What's up with Stephen A., man?
Dude,
hey, Stephen A., man, I tell you what, I'm going to tell you why I'm not a Stephen A. hater, man. Because the reason why I'm not, because I feel like he has created a environment to say whatever the hell he want, man.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Right? He don't really, and look, and to me personally, I haven't seen him in an environment where he will not say what he want.
That's a fact too.
That's dangerous.
Right? It could be dangerous. It could be whatever, bro. But he's saying stuff and that some of us will not say.
Yeah.
Like,
yes.
I got him on a mission of like trying to be like that greatest journalist. Like, how we talk about Mike, Kobe, LeBron, and all these greats. He wants to be great in that journalistic world. Like that's his lane. He doing sports. Now he's creating a lane for politics. I don't know if he should get over there.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot that he don't know.
Yeah. He ain't scared though.
But he ain't scared. But it's like, hey, man, you might want to stay in your lane, man. It's like,
There's some sharks over there, though. There's some sharks over there, man. But Dumbo, what you exactly what you said? Like, what part of this? You talking about the sports side of it? Or you talking about the politics?
Where Ty was getting at? Because what people don't understand when you start venturing out of your and this ain't a shut up and dribble thing, but when you start venturing out of where the people that love you are, you could do something over there that could impact what you got going on over here.
This is like Mike going to play baseball. Like, what you doing? Nah, come on back over here, man. Come back over here where you great at.
So I'm tracking what you're saying now, Dumbo. I'm more in the sports lane. When I say do what you say, that's where I'm at. I went, he got his whole other thing he's trying to do too,
Like, it took Kanye a minute. Because he kept making slaps. But eventually, that Reckless caught up with his ass. Eventually it caught up. Like, hey, he gonna keep making slaps. He gonna keep making slaps. It's just Stephen A just be doing like the whole LeBron situation, courtside situation, and he's still talking about it. Still. Like, yo, dude got at you, dog.
and he over that. He moved on.
4K. He moved on. He ain't even talking about it. You still trying to call up. You can't call out a dude that got at you, dog. Like, just take it, chill. Don't
but
even
it goes
talk
back to
about
what you're saying, Damon. Like, he gets to say what he want to say and how he want to say it and when he want to say it.
Yeah.
But LeBron checks you and
he checked
and you still upset about it.
Stephen A. so funny. I was hearing him talk about the lady that was hating on him. He's like, I don't know her. Like, I never talked to her in my life.
Dude out of control. Man. Dude out of control.
Oh, man. That's all I wanted to say, David. I know you're a Stephen A. fan.
Yeah, man. I listen to Stephen A, man. But back to man. Thanks for coming on the pod, bro.
Appreciate
man,
it,
we
bro.
really, really, really appreciate it, man. Lovely. I listened to you guys for a little while when we was, prepping for this. I would listen to you, man. Hey, you guys doing a lot of great things out there, man. So keep doing that. I love to come on one day. If I ever come to VA, I'm most definitely gonna hit you guys up.
Oh yeah, please do.
So I'm hoping the command lead me that way sooner or later so I can come out, man.
For sure. We got you.
I had a man, like it was a moment, like when we were kind of talking through the week, and it was a moment where Damon might not have been able to do the episode, and I'm like, yo, bro, actually it was on the last episode. It was on our last episode. Damon was like, yo, I'm probably not gonna be there because my birthday weekend.
Oh wow.
I'm like, yo, and I ain't want to. I'm like, yo, we got a guest.
You said it.
That's coming, dude. You can't miss. Like, you can't miss this. We got Ty coming, but I couldn't say it on the episode. I'm like, we got a guest.
Right.
So that's the reverence that I got for you. You know what I mean? That's the reverence that I got for you. I'm watching, I'm seeing what you got going on. It's a mutual respect. I love to see it. I'm looking forward to more. And what I love about like guys like you is the energy that y'all have to bridge it. The work that y'all, it's Saturday morning, bro. I'm going to sleep I'm watching a TV show.
That's it.
To see the legs y'all got to keep it going.
Right.
Is magical, man. And I appreciate watching it. And any way that I could help, I'm there, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Man.
So I appreciate you guys and keep doing what y'all doing too, man. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining.
Love, man. No problem. I'm happy to be here. Hey, man, thanks, man. We definitely, I want us to be able to collab with all of us, on here, just talking and chopping it up and just talking, just doing with us. We got to do it more often. To have these good conversations, I'm not active duty. I've been out the game for 5 years, and things are changing, and y'all are like that vessel on that change. It's going through y'all. So the things that y'all put in play now is going to at least hold for like the next 5-10 years. So make sure y'all making the right decisions so these young people behind us can grab it, because we making them younger, y'all. We making them younger. Let's look at you talking about 18 years CMC, like, hey, bro, come on now. These barriers that's being broken down to make a difference. And guess what? They watching. They watching. They watching, man. They watching. But bro, it's not like you going around gloating, but do your family know where you at like right now? 18 years and what you doing? Your family don't even, they don't get it. You know when you get it to them? When they sitting in that room and they see all them people at your retirement ceremony. That's when they get it. They like, oh, this was what you was doing all them years? This what
That
you was
Hall of
doing?
Fame, Hall of Fame jacket on.
Right. This what you was doing all them years, and they put the jacket on you. Like, who are you?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, Mom, I was that guy. You know that you sent off, and I'm doing God's work. So, bro, keep doing what y'all doing, man. Y'all shining stars, man. We need it.